Hello, wrestling fans. This is Brickhouse Baker, 2008 New England Hall of Famer. I need you people to do me a favor. I need you to go to Chop's Video and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Again, that's Chop's Videos. Go check this out because this guy's got some really good stuff from back in the day. Peace out.
I am the Underground King, SWB, New England Hall of Famer, Test of Strength founder and head coach. Looking for classic wrestling videos featuring New England Hall of Famers and legends? Check out Chop's Videos on YouTube.
You too can be baptized by blood, fire, and barbed wire.
Yo, this is Balls Mahoney, man. I guess you're watching me on New England Independence, a brand new wrestling show where all the hungry young talent from New England, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, anybody who's hungry enough to come up here and perform, are here to perform for you. So I say you tune in to your local cable station or your local public access and you check it out, because I'm not going to be the only name up here. You can expect guys like the Sandman. You can expect guys like Jason Knight's ACW crew. You can expect USA Pro and UCW guys to come on up here and perform for you. And all the New England hungry talent. Pull up a chair, sit down, get yourself a cold drink and relax and enjoy the show. Jose.
Thanks a lot, Balls. Thanks.
Here's Vertebreaker. You hung out with Balls a lot of new Balls, didn't you? You must have some cool Balls stories.
Balls, man. Balls was a great guy. One of my favorite stories is actually involves you know him, Joe Borges. Me and Balls, we had well, to lead into it, we had worked. I had like a weekend with like 6 or 7 shows in the one weekend, you know, and it ended up with like early in the morning we had a NWA New England show, and then myself, Jason Rumble, Bo Douglas, and Tony Kozina drove down to an Assault Championship Wrestling show for Jason Knight, and I'm down in the bar, and Balls is sitting at the bar, so I sit down. I have a couple shots with Balls, and somehow my best friend comes up, and I'm like, yeah, man, my best friend, he's a big fan of yours. You know, fucking, he'll be pissed that he missed you tonight. And Balls says, well, let's call him. All right. So I call up Joe, and Joe's like half asleep. I'm like, Joe, what's up? He's like, what's up? And without saying anything, I'm just like, hey, bro, somebody wants to talk to you. And I just hand the phone right to Balls, right? So Balls gets on the phone. He's like, Joe, what's up? Joe says, who's this? He says, it's Balls. Balls? Yeah. Balls Mahoney. Balls Mahoney, what the fuck's going on? You know, like, but that was just the kind of guy John was, man. Like you heard a fan wanted to talk, you know, would be mad that he missed him. Call him up. Let's talk to him. Dude, him and Joe must have talked for about 10 minutes, just fucking bullshitting back and forth. And then I get on the phone with Joe, and Joe's like, the fuck, bro? And that started a long list of me pranking Joe, just calling him from shows with fucking wrestlers on the phone. But John was a great guy, man. John was he was definitely fan centric, man. Had no problem talking to fans. He loved fans. He was a good dude, man. I was sad when he died, man. John was a good dude.
Like, what do you say? Balls who?
Yeah. He's just like, hey, bro, I guess somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, Joe, who's this? Balls. Balls who? Balls Mahoney. Oh, Balls. What's up? What's up, Balls? You know, then I think one of the funny stories isn't directly Balls, but it's Balls related for sure. This is right after the 1-year anniversary show for Primal Conflict. And we all knew the spot was coming where Scarecrow was going to get hit by Balls, you know. But me, Joe, and I believe Kevin Charisma, we go outside to do our little gimmick, you know. We're standing out back, and man, we're on the other side of the building, you know, like we're outside, doors are closed, we're well away from where the arena part is, and we heard the chair shot, bro. We heard the chair shot, and Kevin Charisma goes, "What the hell was that?" And Joe goes, I think Scarecrow just got killed. Yeah. And that was, I'm sure you've got a story from Scarecrow regarding that chair shot, man. But yeah, we heard that shit. We heard that shit outside, around the corner, down the way. I'm pretty sure somewhere down the Mass Pike, they heard that shit. Like that was a chair shot from hell, man. That was a fucking funny time too. But,
do you know that was his first chair shot?
Yeah. He didn't want to tell Donnie that it was his first one though. I remember after that show, man, after Scarecrow took that shot, I was talking to Donnie on the phone, and I said, Donnie, you know I'd do anything for you, right? He goes, yeah. I said, Donnie, I'm not taking a Balls chair shot. And he goes, I wouldn't do that to you, bro. And I'm like, good, because I'm not taking a Balls chair shot, man. There's no way. I'll do some crazy shit in that ring, man. I'll set myself on fire. I'm not taking a Balls chair shot, dude. Fuck that. Luckily, I never had to, because, bro, I can't even, like, I got to give Scarecrow all the credit in the world, man, because John could swing a chair, and I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that chair shot.
He told that story, and he's like, oh yeah, I take chair shots all the time, like for fun, you know what I mean? He goes, I just played off. What am I going to say? No. He's like, yeah, of course I'll take a chair shot from Balls Mahoney. I see him on TV all the time. I take chair shots for breakfast, or whatever he said.
Yeah, actually, I think I found out that he had never taken a chair shot from one of your videos. I think that's where
yeah. So you've seen the clip of him saying it. Then it's funny as hell.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, what am I going to do? Tell him I've never taken a chair shot before. Yeah, but you definitely got to get Joe's side of that fucking story with the phone call, because he could probably tell it a lot better than I can, because I don't really know, you know, the interaction between those two once the whole Balls who happened. I don't know I don't even know what they talked about, bro. Like, but I mean, that was John. Just get on the phone and have a good time, you know, like, He was a good dude, man. Real approachable. Real sad that he's gone. Real sad that he's gone.
Yeah, I've been trying.
This is Chris Andrews, formerly known as the Scarecrow, commenting on the Primal Conflict show in Wakefield. So I was reminded, not that I had to be reminded of this, but this was the one where I took the chair shot from Balls Mahoney. So I get there, and all of a sudden I have like, I think it was the first match, but I'm working with Sam, and they ask me, they say, hey, have you ever taken a chair shot before? Now, I had never taken a chair shot before, but I'm not going to say that I never took a chair shot before. So I go, yeah, chair shot. I do that kind of stuff all the time. I take chair shots at home just for kicks, you know what I mean? So at any rate, they're like, okay, great, cool. Are you comfortable taking a chair shot from Balls Mahoney? Am I comfortable? I go, I saw this guy on TV. Of course I'll take a chair shot from Balls Mahoney. And I can't exactly remember how it was set up, but like I was, presented as a heel, I think, for the first match. I actually twisted my ankle in the first match with Sam. I think I was trying to do a moonsault or some sort of like flip action or whatever like that. It landed funny and that didn't feel too good, but I was like, what do I need an ankle for to take a chair shot? So later in the show, I'm the heel, Balls is obviously the gigantic face. And it's some sort of thing where it's like, I turn around and Balls is there and he waffles me. And I remember I do it nice and slow. I remember the crowd was super hot. And he hits me with this chair shot. Now, because I was such a fan, and because I was so, had such integrity, of course I refused to put my hands up. Nowadays, or not that long after that, I would probably put my hands up, because if you're thinking about it, in reality, if someone's about to hit you over the head with a chair, you wouldn't just sit there with your hands at your hips. You would put your hands up. But back then, forget about it. So I refused to put my hands up, of course, and Balls absolutely lights into me. And I got hit, there was a flash of white light, and then I was on the ground. And like, I wasn't unconscious when I was on the ground, but the trip from standing upright to flat on my back, it didn't happen. It's just like a flash, and I lost like a half second. All of a sudden I was just on the mat. So, obviously it was a pretty good shot. Crowd is ballistic. I crawl out of the ring. When I go to get out of the ring, I fall down to the ground. I don't walk to the exit. So the locker room was actually really nice. It was, it's never a locker room in these indie shows. It's just like a room. But this was a room that was nice. It had plenty of space and privacy, which is rare. Privacy from the wrestlers and the crowd, not from each other. But, so I go down the stairs, and I knew that the crowd could still see me like a little bit. So I throw myself down the stairs. I was really into it. I throw myself down the stairs, and I actually got like one of the workers or like the stage guys or the ring guys are like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm a pro wrestler. I'm working here." So it's like, "Oh, okay." But like, that was just great. And someone actually snapped a picture, and here it is. And you can see, obviously my hands are down by my hips, and the bend in the chair from where it hit my head. And that's legit. So right there, boom, then all of a sudden I was on the ground. So someone was nice enough to take a pretty professional looking picture, and that still hangs in my house to this day. Let me tell you a good story about Balls. So afterwards, there was some sort of charity show in Somerville, which is great because it's right near my house. But Balls is working it and Jaimie Pain's working it. And the three of us are having a three-way match. Now, you want me to talk more about the show, I can do that. But real quick. So we're planning the match out, right? And Balls comes up with a spot where I'm going to hit him over the chair 3 times in a row. Or 2 times in a row, and then the third time he'll kick out and, whatever. Kick me in the face or something like that. And he goes, "And listen, man, you got to make these chair shots super hard. Because I got over on you, in Wakefield. And you got to get over on me, to get me back." And I go, "Balls, it's a charity show, and like, you know, the internet was pretty young. Like, no one remembers that. Like, no one was there. Like, we don't have to keep this storyline going from Wakefield. He's like, nah, man, no. Like, I got you really good, man, and you got to get me, like, even better. So I'm like, okay. So I hit him, you know, we go through the thing. I hit him the first time, and he's, like, hurting. Like, I got him real good. He rears up. I hit him the second time, and, like, I think he had already gigged. And he is, like, he's leaned over. I can see blood pouring out. He's making this really bad noise. And you can hear me, I'm screaming. I go, don't get up. Because, like, don't make me do this again. And he gets up, and it was just like, oh my God, this guy is freaking committed. So he was worried about, at a charity show, he was worried about me getting a receipt on him for that Wakefield show. So, hey man, like I said, you want to hear some more stories about that charity show down the road, you can let me know. But in cases of primal conflict, that's just a story of how sort of committed Balls was to just wrestling, and committed Balls was to, like, quite frankly, the guys he worked with. I mean, I was an absolute nobody, and he did not have to do that, and he totally did. So I appreciate it. All right, dudes, that's all I got for this. Any questions, give me a buzz. See you later.
So, Balls Mahoney, how did you first meet Balls Mahoney? Oh.
Balls Mahoney, I mean, obviously, my trainer was Jason Knight. He was an ECW original, and he had a school in Waterbury. And, you know, back, I mean, that's what, early 2000s. And ECW was still fresh, even though it was on the last run when I came into the business. So when ECW went out of business, you know, Jason was bringing in all the ECW guys. So, and that's the era where, you know, I came from. And like I said, ECW was still fresh. People still wanted ECW, knew the talent still. And at the time, Jason had the school in Waterbury, and he started doing TV tapings just for us students, just to have, you know, for the local access TV. And we would have 2-3 matches, you know, whatever, on a Friday night to get ready for Tuesday night TV. And it was me versus, he set up it was like a three-way hardcore match with me, Ron Zombie, and a friend of mine. We ended up tagging Pat Gunner, and the surprise fourth guy in the match was Balls Mahoney. And that was my first time meeting him, you know, getting in the ring with him. And I guess the night before he had a match. I don't know where the hell he worked. All I remember is he had this freaking chunk missing out of his forehead from all the gigging and stuff. And he still had a fresh gig there. And he was like, just open it up. You know, we started working him. I have it on video somewhere. You know, videotape. I don't know if anybody still has any of those VHS, but
Oh, I do. I got plenty. Believe me, that's what I'm been putting up. I got lots.
yeah. I mean, we had a good match. I mean, you know, I took a couple bumps from him. He gave me an elbow or whatever. I don't remember the ending and stuff. But that was my first interaction and time meeting Balls. And he's come to train at the school a few times. And I ended up having like a 10-man hardcore match where he was on my team. I was like the surprise 5th guy. And I remember that night like it was yesterday. And before the show, like he pulled me aside and kind of talked about, you know, what we're going to go on that night. And he said to me, Jason is really putting me over. And he was talking about like just the hard work I was putting in, the training and just my passion for, you know, trying to get better. And that was my night. And I'm sure you've been around the business for a long time. So, you know, I'm sure you've had experiences in the business where at the time you didn't know what the fuck was going on till like 20 plus years later. You're like, damn, how important that night was, or how much it meant, and it changed everything in your life. Maybe you did stuff. You never did anything in the ring, have you? Like, if you trained at all?
No, I was never in the ring. No, I was always outside the ring, around the ring, mostly a fan, but I worked behind the scenes, mostly cameraman, and I helped out with some booking and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've come across, a lot of people in your time, and probably a lot of them have passed by now too, and
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure you've had interactions with them, and you're like, damn, I can't believe that was 20 years ago, and how much that meant to you.
Well, that's why I do this video thing and the tribute. That's why I'm doing this stuff. That's why I'm putting these videos up, because I want it out there for these people before I die, or before my girlfriend throws them out or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I opened the closet one day and I'm like, just stumbled across them. I hadn't been in wrestling. I haven't gone to a wrestling show since 2004. I was just like done with wrestling. I was kind of like over it,
years.
Yeah. And then I started cleaning out my closet and ran across wrestling tape. And I was talking online to a buddy, and he's like, "Oh, you got that match? Put it online." I said, "I don't know how to do that. This is like 10 months ago." I was like, "I don't know how to upload a video or take it from VHS and put it on. I don't know how the fuck to do that." You know what I mean? I'm 50 years old. I don't know how to do that shit. And I Googled it. And this is everything you've seen online. I've learned in 10 months, just Googling and messing around,
It's amazing.
The appreciation from the boys was just, wow, these people want this stuff. Like, people like, my son's never seen me wrestle. Thank you so much for putting this up, and stuff like that. And then I started seeing how many people had passed, and like Anthony Rufo. It's like, I have so much of this stuff that friends and family haven't seen in 20 years, So it's like, man, I have to put this stuff out there just for that reason. We'll say I die tomorrow and this stuff gets thrown in a dumpster. This stuff has to be out there.
It's treasure.
It has to be out there.
I just had a message. It's you don't want it to become lost treasure, because, like I said, shit will get thrown out. And a lot of the experiences, like I said, talking about Balls is, I've spent a lot of time with him in the locker room, around him, and and it's sad in some ways, because it's like you see a lot of people, like a lot of what I've learned in the wrestling business very early on is, you see a lot of these guys have all this success, and you see all of these guys on TV, you think you have money and stuff like that. But then you start seeing the darker side of the business in the ring. And that was one of the reasons why it caused me to kind of walk away after a couple of years. It's like, that's all they have. And, once they, they don't have the spotlight anymore, they're doing all these indie shows. They don't have a regular job, and whatever they do for autograph signings and shows on the weekends. I mean, they can't, how much could they possibly live on a week? They get $100. You can't live on that. So I started seeing, like I said, the darker side of the business. It's kind of starting to see a lot of these guys kind of deteriorate. I can't even say the word, but then seeing Balls, like, I ran into him years later at a show we did in Danbury. He got booked, and I was like, "Balls," and he remembered me, and it was awesome. It was a great time. But this is like years before he passed and actually got sick. I mean, there was a time where he got sick, like he lost a lot of weight. Like, I don't think he did it the right way. I don't know what was wrong with him, or up with him, but it's sad to see good guys that were at top of the world kind of end up with nothing, and I feel bad. I know his son is, I think, going to college now. I'm like, damn, I remember when he was born. That's how much time has passed. But he was always a good guy to me. It was always great to listen to. He treated everybody well. And I don't know if you watch, no, I should have sent you the video, but he baptized me the night that I won the hardcore title. He did a quick promo, and he goes, "I ain't going to hit you with a chair because I love you, but I'm going to baptize you." And he stuck a thumbtack, pushed right into my forehead. And I was baptized hardcore that night. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, I was nobody, and he always did anything I wanted. Promos. I mean, backstage, I go backstage, he'd sit there and, man, telling stories and promos, and just like you were somebody. Always treated you like you were somebody. no matter who you were. And he didn't know me from Adam, you know, from anybody.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a worker. And he was never like, who the fuck are you? Or what are you doing back here? Or, hey, sit down, man. And he started telling me a story and, hey, hand me my bag. And, you know, whatever. Want promo? Sure. Let's go over here. Let's do this. No, you know what we're going to do? He'd have some big story, you know. I know the perfect spot. And we'd have to go out and he'd have it all laid out. He was great like that.
From what I experienced with a lot of the ECW guys was that's how they all were. You know, they were very...
Balls Mahoney?
Yeah, for me, I met, you know, Balls Mahoney came to another show afterwards and we got to hang out a little, but that was the first time I ever met any, you know, Tommy Dreamer. And like I said, that he was super cool. New Jack, you know, I mean, I talked to him here and there at the shows and stuff. It's like, I mean, he was not going to know who I am if I saw him on the street or anything, but you know, but he was always he was always a nice guy. And, but like I said, the only guy that ever came in that was a dick was that Bilvis Wesley dude. Like, who the fuck are you, dude? You ain't no one. Like, Bilvis Wesley. And he's big league in there, all of us and shit. Like, I can't remember what he did. He did something that was like, everyone was like, fuck him. And I just don't remember what it was, but yeah, fuck that guy.
Bilvis Wesley fought Balls Mahoney in like a regular wrestling match. And then later, Balls Mahoney come out and chair shotted Scarecrow. Like, holy crap!
When you said they had a regular, it's funny because when you said they had a regular match, I was like thinking. That's why I pointed. I'm like, I remember the fucking chair. And then you said chair shot. I'm like, yeah, I remember because I was in the back and I remember him. He was like zip tying his chairs, like, and he was fucking leveling people. Like he had his chair. He had it painted up and everything because he sold it afterwards, I think. But he had it like zip tied closed. And he was fucking, I don't know. He zip tying them so they wouldn't fucking open up. And he was fucking leveling people with that shit. And I remember
people were standing there and letting them take it. Oh, it's Balls Mahoney. Yep, you can hit me as hard as you want. You know.
And he was. I mean, I don't give a, you know. There's no faking that fucking chair shot to the head, man. You take that fucking thing, you're hurt.
Well, it was funny because they asked him, Scarecrow, had you ever taken a chair shot? And he was like, yeah, I've taken a chair shot. He said he had never taken a chair shot before that. And he didn't want to say that because he watched ECW and was a fan of ECW and Balls Mahoney. What's he going to say? No. And he said he didn't want to put up his hands and like disrespect him or anything. So he didn't put his hands up or anything. He took that chair shot full blunt for his first chair shot.
Jesus. I remember the chair afterwards because he sold it. He sold it afterwards. I don't remember how much for, like $300, and it was fucking completely dented and bent. Yeah, he was a cool guy though, Balls.
Yeah, so that's a gimmick he would have going. He'd waffle him as hard as he could, so he'd bend him and then sell him to the fans. So he would zip tie him, bend him, and sell him. So he have to bend him. So you know what I mean? If he didn't bend them, the fans would look at him. Oh, he didn't bend it. If he bent them, the fans would be like, whoa, look at this chair all bent up. Look how hard he hit him, you know? Quite the racket he's got going there.
Hardcore match, and if I want to gouge his head like this, headlocks for humanity. And all anyone's been asking me, who you fighting, Balls? Who Who are you going to take that chair and wrap around his head? The answer is I don't know, and I don't care. Because, yeah, this is for the Red Cross, and, you know, they need their help with all the victims of everything that's gone on in America. So I'll do my part to make sure that someone tonight sheds some blood to donate. And if you like to, you too can be baptized by blood, fire, and barbed wire.
Balls, he was a trip. I mean, every time I was going to be on a show with him, something interesting was going to happen. But some of the best memories I have of him would be when we'd have the after parties at some of the boys' houses. I mean, it'd be 2:30 in the morning, and we'd be having barbecues out there, and Balls would be on the grill making the cheeseburgers and stuff like that. But also, it was no secret that Balls had a pretty bad temper. There's even a very famous story with him and the Big Show. But there was this one night in Lowell, Mass. We were bar hopping all around downtown. And it was me, Balls, Damien Darkside, and a few of the CZW guys. Now, Balls and Darkside got into a fight. I don't know what it was about, but knowing Darkside, he was just probably being really obnoxious, acting like he was the guy who knew everything about the business. But now, it wasn't physical, just confrontational, and thankfully, Balls didn't stay mad that long. So anyway, any time after that, it was always cool hanging out with Balls. I really miss him. Wish he was still here. Balls, this one's for you, buddy. I got big balls. All right, I didn't know that song very well, but he'd probably be laughing about it. So he's out.
Here I am again, this time with Balls Mahoney from ECW, now with PCW.
How you doing, Len?
How are you doing?
Doing all right, man. It's good to be up here.
It's great to have you with us, and it's been a long time since you were with ECW, and now we're kind of in a transition phase. And why don't you tell us and tell the audience how you came to be part of PCW, Primal Conflict Wrestling?
Okay, well, as everybody knows right now, and I can't tell you what is going on with ECW because I am definitely not sure of it. If I had an answer, I'd give it. If I could get $1 for every question, every time a fan asked me what's going on with ECW, I wouldn't have any money problems. But basically, what's going on with me? I got a phone call from New Jack, and told me about this company. It's starting up. They're fledgling, and they're not jawing with money. They're willing to pay me, which is. It's independence, and hopefully these guys are going to go on to something else because you can use all the companies. You know, young guys need a place to work, but guys like me need a place to work too. So I'm just happy to be able to work. You know, earn some money for my family. You know, pay the mortgage and the electric bill, and so I'm just hoping if this works out, so I can come up here like at least 3 or 4 times a month and work every show you guys got. It'd be really nice. So that's how it basically came to be. New Jack talked to his friend called me, and here I am.
How did you come to be a professional wrestler, and specifically an ECW and now PCW wrestler?
Okay, well, when I was 12 years old, I met Chris Candido, who I'm sure everybody knows, and we grew up together playing baseball and wrestling. His grandfather was a pro wrestler, so we would set up rings. We were 12 years old. We'd set up a ring, get it up. Then his grandfather would bring us to the ring for 3 or 4 hours and beat the snot out of us. You're not doing it right. And we were trained. So by the time I was 15, me and Chris were 15, 16 years old, we put masks on and wrestled in the opening matches of these shows. Very illegal. But we had the experience to do it. So as time progressed and we got better and better, I'm not talking strength or size or the hardcore, I'm talking wrestling. Pro wrestling, the real pro wrestling, And the stuff that the little guys do, and the stuff like one of our assignments was to memorize Flair versus Steamboat from Starrcade, where he was Flair and I was Steamboat, and then we had to switch it where I was Steamboat and he was, you know what I mean? And that was part of our assignments to train. So we had to memorize these hour-long matches and to be able to do them. So from there, all this time I'm in high school, I'm playing football and I'm wrestling. So I took a year to my senior year in high school when I could have got licensed. I said, no, I'm going to concentrate on football and wrestling so I can go to college. football didn't work out like I'd like it to, and I'm not going to badmouth anybody anymore. It's much my fault as anybody else's. But wrestling was working out, and I wrestled in the Freestyle Junior Nationals that year after regular season was over, and I won them. So I got picked up by the head coach of Rutgers to go to Middlesex Junior College. But the catch being, if I completed the year there, as he thought I could do, and I did well without losing less than 3 matches, I would get a ride to Rutgers to wrestle. I blew my knee out in the national qualifier, which I won the match, the final match of the national qualifier, and I was seeded 1 in the nation because I was 30-0. But I had knee surgery on my right knee, and this was the 4th knee surgery I've had already. And I had to watch the nationals and watch the guy that I pinned pin his way through the national tournament. You know what that's like? You're up in your knee, and you're like, I killed him and I beat him, and I was going to Rutgers, so that got me pulled. So I'm thinking, all right, what am I going to do? I need a job. Should I go back to pro wrestling? Let's try the Olympics. Let's go for the national team. I'm a great freestyle wrestler. So I'm in the national tournament, and I'm in the semifinal match against a guy named Domingo Mesa. He was a Pan American Greco-Roman champion 4 times and a 3-time freestyle Pan American champion. Could have been on the Olympic team, but lost out to Baumgartner pretty bad in a quarterfinal match. Well, I have him in the semifinals, and he butted me in the eye. You can see right here on the side of the piercing right here. This scar here is from him. He butted me in the eye, and they stopped the match. We glued it real quick. I got mad. Crank this guy. And I had a move called the reverse headlock, which is legal, but it's very, very painful on the lower back because you basically have the guy, I'm sitting out like this, I have the guy's arm here and his head, and I got underneath, and you run it in a circle, and it puts pressure on his back, and the guy sits out, which he does. You bring him on his back, exposure, it's 2 points, and you can keep doing it. Well, as I hooked him, he came down with his elbow in my crotch. So I cranked him straight back, and I broke his back. The referee disqualified me on a legal hold. What? Excuse me, real quick. Hello? Doing an interview, call you back. Bye. That was my wife.
Well, thank you for...
Thanks. So,
apologize to her for
yeah,
this, you know?
no, don't worry. So I'm cranking her. I cranked the guy. They disqualify me. I can't believe I'm upset, you know? And I'm like, why are you doing this? I didn't mean to. You're a menace. I broke a guy's jaw with a crossface. I was rough. Wrestling's not a... It's a contact sport, and you know you gotta win it. Sometimes it's physical. So I punched the referee in the mouth. Coach gives me the back. I punched the coach in the mouth. Lifetime ban, amateur wrestling. So that was time to go to pro.
Unbelievable.
That's a true story. That gimmick, that's the gimmick in ECW, and that's a true story.
Okay, you were interrupted by your wife just now.
Yes.
Obviously, you have a wife and a family.
Yes. Trying to start the family. Trying to get the little ones. Yeah, we want a little one.
So, how do you decide to become an ECW wrestler and still do that? And how do you ignore the WWF and the WCW where you could really be comfortable?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not ignoring the WWF and the WCW. Right now, if they had made me an offer, you know, now it's at the point, like, I love wrestling. I love professional wrestling. It's what I do. It's my job, and I love it. But this is a business now. I have a mortgage. I have bills. I have a wife. I want to start a family. I want kids. And you can't do that. No offense to anybody, but you cannot do that just working show to show to show. You need a job. So my ultimate goal right now is, if ECW does not start back up, is to get a job with 1 or 2. I mean, I would much prefer WWF. It is the place to be. There is so much money there to be made by everybody as long as you work hard. But right now, I don't know what's going on. I have feelers out, and hopefully someone will be taken. But in the meantime, you know, and as far as ECW goes, I love ECW. I'll stay with if ECW starts up tomorrow, I'm with ECW. I love that. And how do you get there? You just do it. I've always been a little nuts, you know. I love as much, you know, as much as people say, well, you must get paid to go through that barbed wire and the thumbtacks. No, that was fun. I like fun. I'll roll around the thumbtacks now. You got to be a little twisted to like kind of stuff like that.
You project very much close to like Mick Foley to me. Do people ever tell you that?
Oh yeah, well, I look just like the guy, you know. Yeah, in fact, if people ask me if I'm Mick Foley or if they already know who I am, they go, "Are you related to Mick Foley?"
Right.
But yeah, I do project a little bit like him. Just a little, you know, he did his thing because he was good at that. He could absorb a lot of pain, and he absorbed a lot of pain, but he didn't necessarily like it. Whereas certain pain's kind of cool, you know. Like I got piercings. Piercings cool. Tattoos is like cool. In fact, you know, I'm working on a back piece right now. Check this out. This isn't being filled. It should be filled in another month or so. I'm working on this one.
Oh my God. That's quite an intricate design there.
Yeah, kind of like duality of man. It's the demon that lives inside me trying to get out.
So do you have one person that does all these designs, or do you go to many different people?
No, I have the tattoo artist who's doing this tribal work on my arm, and all my work on my back is Mike Schwaggart out of Sling and Ink, and not Sling and Ink, excuse me, Barty Art World in Point Pleasant. And I have another guy, Big Jim Weiss, who does my piercings, who's gonna do some tattoos for me too at Sling and Ink in Point. These guys are friends of mine I've known for a long time, but they're also some of the best tattooists in New Jersey.
Now, we know that Chyna from the WWF has a book out, and we know that she speaks 5 languages. What are some of the other things outside of wrestling that you like to do?
Okay, I'm a very good fisherman, deep sea fisherman, charter boat fishing, sharks, tuna, bluefish, tarpon, any kind of deep sea fishing that you can catch, marlin. I like to play golf. Let's see, what else do I like to do? Video games, you know, keeps you in the house and keeps you broke. It keeps you from going broke and paying bills. I'm an avid cook. I used to work as a chef. I'm a very good cook. In fact, there's a restaurant near my house called Rivoli's. If you ever, this is a plug for them, you'll never eat all the food they give you. They bring out a bowl like this.
Where is this now?
Toms River, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's called Rivoli's Italian Restaurant. You'll never eat all the food. You'll eat their pasta for 3 days. Well, he has 4 different dishes on his menu that I gave him. I just like, try this, and he loved it so much. And he has a dish called veal Mahoney.
I'm getting hungry.
That I made it. Some veal and a wine cream sauce with some lemon and some little pinch of cayenne pepper, a lot of garlic over angel hair pasta with a little bit of sprinkle of Parmesan, and it's beautiful.
That's great.
And I love the barbecue, and I'm not really into a lot of like, you know, race car driving or anything. I'm a big football fan. Huge, go Giants! Tiki Barber, I wore your jersey the first year I bought it. Yeah, big Giant fan. Football, amateur wrestling. I coach amateur wrestling, recreation amateur wrestling. 'Cause I'm not allowed to coach high school, but I'm allowed to. Even now, I'm allowed to volunteer my time. So what we're trying to do at Manasquan right now, which is the high school I went to, they have a rec program that only goes 2 days a week during the wrestling season. What we're trying to do is raise some money. I'm going to actually try to run a show so these guys can get their own mats, because their facility will be done with the high school for the recreation, you know, basketball gym. So we could use the gym too, but we have to get mats. So I'm trying to do a benefit organization down there, and if we get the mats, we're going to actually rename it, you know, it's gonna be the Manasquan Recreation, but we're gonna name it a club, so then I can have these kids all year round and take them to the freestyle tournaments and the Greco-Roman tournaments, and then in the summer they can wrestle guys from different states, and not just be stuck wrestling the same guys every time and do it 4 days a week. It's something like, because amateur wrestling is the best sport for children, I think. It's better than soccer, it's better than baseball. It's a team sport, but it's an individual sport. It teaches you a lot about life, that you can only rely on a team to such an extent. You know, once you grow up and you have a wife and a kid, you ain't have nobody to rely on. You got yourself, and a lot of kids lose that fact, you know. And also in amateur wrestling, we don't put pressure on the kids to win. We just put pressure on the kids to improve. I'd rather have a kid who will go out and get beat 15-0, but try and fight off his back, than have a kid who goes out and just like gets pinned right away because he doesn't care. All our kids they try. I don't care if they win. I just want, and I make it fun. You know, I don't have these kids running miles. They're kids. I have kids 6 years old to 14.
Just the fact that you're teaching them how to care about something and try. That's the goal.
Right. Exactly. And you can see, like, when I first came this year, it was just so cool, because I always taught kids to wrestle, and it was just a whole new. I teach them something, and they'd be like, oh, because they know I'm a pro wrestler. You know? And they go, oh my God. So in fact, the season just ended Thursday. I got there, and they gave me a dinner gift certificate. I was like, no, guys, you can't. I cried. I had to leave. I had to leave the actual thing, but that, I guess, means a lot to me, is the kids. I mean, I'm not much of a role model. I smoke. I used to be a pretty bad drinker, and I'll probably start drinking again someday, you know. I've had my problems, you know. I'm not actually.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect, and I tell people, don't try to be like me. But if you listen to me, I can tell you some good stuff and some advice.
Don't do as I do. Do as I say.
Well, I don't do anything to not. But yeah, exactly. I'm, you know,
That's what my father used to say to me.
Right, because no parent is an angel. Exactly. You know, they went through the same thing there. Because especially the kids, the parents who are having kids now, they're not, you know. I never did drugs, you liar. I know every kid in my high school at one time was smoking pot when I was in there, you know, and I know some people have kids now, and they're like, yeah, I don't do drugs, and you shouldn't do drugs either. And I look at these parents, and they're hypocrites, you know, and And I mean, when they're young, you just tell them not to talk to the kids. Most parents don't even talk to their kids. And I have about 6 or 7 kids that call me at home, like they have my home number, and they talk to me because they know I'm not going to lie to them. They know that I'll answer to them straight, and their parents know it too, and they love me too. I have more of the parents like me than some of the kids. Some of the kids hate me. Well, I mean, when they're at practice, I'm like, all right, listen to me, and they'll do 20 push-ups, you know, and that'll get them in shape. And they don't like me for that, but the parents do. In fact, the parents are trying to get me to coach high school wrestling because they want me to coach their kids next year in high school, and I can't do that, and they're pretty upset about that.
Finally, I know you have to get going pretty soon. Let's talk about, I think your matches, back to the wrestling, your matches are some of the most bloody I've ever seen anywhere, on any old tape, anything. How did this come about, and how long can you keep this sort of thing up, do you think?
Well, I bled my first match when I was 16. I don't know, you gotta be a little sick. You know, as I said before, you gotta be a little nuts to do this. You gotta be a lot nuts to do some of the stuff that I do. Tonight, probably don't expect blood. I'm wrestling Bilvis Wesley, Billy Wiles of the Old Dangerous Alliance. He's a tough wrestler, so we're gonna have a wrestling match. But that doesn't to say next show you see me in, there ain't gonna be some blood and some barbed wire. And can I do it? I can do this until I'm 90. I'm gonna be like Terry Funk.
I will ask you what I asked New Jack. Have you ever been afraid for your life after one of these matches? You ever thought that this is it? Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, I got attacked by a guy with a knife, a fan. And I was afraid for my life because I could have killed the guy. And by the time I disarmed him and tried to stab him, thank God one of the other wrestlers was there. But as far as something going on in the ring, yeah, a couple times. I have a broken neck. I have a broken C3 vertebrae. I lost all feeling in my legs about a year ago, and I went to the hospital to get an MRI, and the doc's like, well, it's a broken neck. I'm like, what broken neck? And I didn't even know I had it. So for 4 years of ECW, all the chair shots I've taken, I've been taken with a broken neck. And it will never heal properly now. It's broken, there's a calcium deposit on top. So I'm scared every time I go in the ring, but the fear isn't a big thing because if you're scared, you're gonna get hurt. Right. And if you don't give 100%, might as well not be in it.
Well, thank you very much, Balls Mahoney, and good luck in PCW and in the rest of your career.
Thank you very much.
Fuck you all! Why you fucking
I ain't doing no song and dance. Stop clapping. Listen to me. Anybody who's got weak stomachs, fucking close, man. Get the fuck out now. Okay?
This is your main event, scheduled for one fall to a finish. Introducing first, in the corner to my right, hailing from South Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 293 pounds, the sickest bastard on earth, Jaimie Pain! His opponent to my left hails from Nutley, New Jersey, weighing in at 255 pounds, the chair swinging freak, Balls Mahoney!
So it's 275. I didn't lose that much weight. Okay. Look. I already wrestled once tonight and had a good wrestling match. Me and this guy, we know each other. And you know what? For anybody who came here tonight and is into violence and blood, you're not going to go home disappointed. Right?
Probably.
Nothing personal. Neither's this. That's like that, bitch. Stupid motherfucker.
What do you call me stupid for, you fuck? God damn it. Oh, shit.
Watch fat ass do this shit. Yeah! Come on, Bunko Basta! Motherfucker. That's right. Crawl away.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Oh, this is gonna suck, bitch. This is gonna suck.
Ah! Fuck you!
God, don't even pump for that shit? Stupid motherfuckers.
Oh, shit! Fuck! Get the fuck away from me. No! God damn you! Oh! Oh! Jesus Christ!
Sucks to be you right now, don't it?
Fucking off. Ow! Oh. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. Oh! Ass! Ass! Oh, fuck! Oh! Oh, fuck! You like you, I go for a win, you son of a bitch!
1, 2,
Oh, fuck.
2.
God damn it. Come on, bastard, come here. Told you it's nothing personal. Come here. Oh, shit, my arm!
Some motherfuckers never learn.
Call him a dick slap.
Oh, God! Fuck! Oh, shit!
What do you say?
Balls!
Fuck him up, Jaimie. Fuck him up.
Get out. Come on, Balls.
Ow! Fuck. Oh, fuck! God!
Man, this place is quiet.
Go, Jaimie!
Oh!
Holy shit! I don't know goddamn car bar refuse.
What the fuck?
Oh! Ow!
bastard! Yeah! Oh! Ow! You fuck! Oh! Oh! Ah! Yeah! Walter, help me.
He ain't gonna help you. Walter's my boy.
He's my boy.
Ow, rap. What do you say? Tap up. It's on tap.
Oh, Jesus! Whew.
Oh, shit.
Oh! 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 Oh!
He's got a couple.
I can't fucking do it. Holy shit! I can't move the arm.
Fuck you!
I can't move the arm. God damn.
Walk it off! If you don't say, watch out! On principle. I got a bad knee. You told them good. Dude, join in. Get in there. I don't care.
Ref! No!
See somebody break the fucking table.
Ah!
Come on, do a wrestling move.
Two. Fucker!
Oh, he just down.
Fuck you!
Oh, Jaimie, get up! Take it down, ball. Ready to be cut, Jaimie. Holy shit! This Watertown or Japan? Nothing personal, right? Nothing's personal.
Ah, you fuck! Oh, Jesus!
Fuck that, man, you say. Jaimie Pain is definitely taking it to balls and home at this point.
Fuck!
Well, wants a little more, doesn't he? You say, come on. You want to give up?
Fuck you!
Fuck you. Quit talking during my match. Feel free to pick up.
Nothing personal, right?
Right. No, personal.
Nothing personal. Who the fuck is talking during my match? Shut your mouth! No way. I get crucified. Fuck you.
look familiar there? Do you understand what this is? You understand what cuffs are like? No, you don't.
Freedom is right.
Oh, read right. Come on.
Wow, we can't wrestle.
I told you this is a fucking wrestling match. Yeah. So come on, what the fuck? Hey, you want to get up? Come on. Come on. How's that? No, it's nothing personal. You. Motherfucker. Dip. Hey, you think this is receipt time or what? I don't hear nods. Is this receipt time, yes or no? What do I got? You want to see what I got? Look at that, people. Last time,
Oh, fuck.
everyone thought you cut yourself.
Fuck you.
Fuck me?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Can't wrestle.
It's a fucking razor blade, see? It cuts. It slices, it dices. It's a fucking, it's somatic, all right? You see? Yeah. Oh, no. Fuck you, dick. Fuck you, motherfucker. Not me, bitch, you.
I'm gonna have a battery.
Get these undone. Get these undone.
Holy fuck. Probably got a double shoulder too. Is this yours or mine? Mine. I got another one in my bag.
Holy shit. Oh.
See you, Dredd.
Balls.
tonight's first Crimson Mask Wrestling event. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight here at the Central England Hall in Watertown, Massachusetts.
Me and this guy have been through a lot, and this is what friends do to each other. Anybody, welcome. Crimson Mask Wrestling. Get your ass in here! Or go home and weep like a baby. We don't play here. We don't do catch as catch can. We do just the hardcore. Look at my friend here.
Nice, man.
I
really took it. That shit came out good.
Guys,
you glad when I was like, hey,
listen,
man.
I'm Southside shirt. Listen, everybody, I'd like to have an announcement made about this too. I always do this after my match.
Hey, where's the kitchen sink and stuff? Underneath the ring.
And he legitimately didn't know you were there. He fucking
Oh, yeah, where's that?
So they put it under the ring. Remember they said I'll put it under the ring. That way you know where it is.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, where is that mailbox?
Underneath the ring.
I know, on what side?
No intermission. When's the raffle? Hey, Todd, remember the duck.
Steve Stallion packs fudge.
Fuck you, Nemesis.
You saw!
Hey, Balls! Live in the balls, Balls!
They're gonna come around and I'll just follow them.
Fuck you, lose up, Balls! You are gross! You lose your throat! What if you have halitosis? Watch out! Back, you fight back! Get him! Get him!
You know that?
This isn't cool. I know.
Jesus Christ! Yeah! Don't go down! Yeah! Hit the balls! Balls! Oh! All over the referee! Water, man! Went right in my eyeball. Oh, not me! Oh! You're open! Don't go down! Don't go down! Go! Oh! Balls in my fire! In the barrel! Everybody back up! Everybody back up! Back up! Let's do it now! Oh, Jesus! Wow! Come on, Balls! Go! My mother! Your mother! Hit him hard, Nemesis! Get him up!
You're pretty well belong in prison. Totally gambling the umbrella.
Yeah! Oh, shit!
Freaking mad.
Listen, you see.
Oh!
Little payback. Come on, now. Get out. Drop the back. Drop the back. Again. Oh, shit. Open the legs. What is this ball? Balls! Balls! Balls!
Jeff, wait, they put it and pull it out.
Nemesis under the ring! You fucked up your dome, ball.
Oh, the fucking guy's standing right in front of me the whole time.
Balls! 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 Balls!
Oh! Can we drink it, balls?
No, we just going to it's got fire.
Go right over there.
Since you were 6 years old, you wanted to fucking hit balls. Will you get up and hit them? Get up, bitch! Oh! Nemesis, no!
Oh!
There you go.
Oh!
You're doing this tattoo! He'll get it redone. I like that ball. That was good. That was good. Go on. Set in the ring.
I can't use it.
He's hungry! Someone get him a sandwich!
That's why I took my last.
Give him a
Dude's all using his legs and shit.
Hey, hardcore match! If I want to gouge his head like this,
You're just stabbed him! Yeah, that's right, just qualify the fuck! There you go.
come on, Nam! Whoa!
See, I don't want to be stuck in there when they do this.
Go get him, balls!
Come on, Nam! Prove it today! All right, show me what you got.
Come on, balls! Check it out! Stay on!
Come on, Nam!
Back up!
Hey, everybody, step back! Oh, shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! PCW! 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 Even flow him.
Holy shit. Hey, there's a camera shot for you guys.
I will get it, Jack.
No, Rick, come on!
Oh,
Cut him again. Cut him again.
FHL! FHL! Oh, he's going to get the bat.
Let's go.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Count 'em.
1, 2, oh! FHL! 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 FHL!
God damn it, Russ.
Only 2. He had the shoulder.
God damn it.
Come on, no! No! He had the shoulder. Get him. Watch out. Oh!
Holy shit.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Come on, balls!
Just go take a
Come on, Rick, what's the matter with you?
Just got that beer.
Keeps taking me off here.
I know.
Big foul coming up. Oh, you suck.
I tried to miss it. I couldn't look down. Back of his neck.
Fuck him up, balls.
Fuck him up.
Under the ring.
Fuck him up, balls. Fuck him up.
Fuck him up, balls. Fuck him up.
Fuck him up, balls.
Hey, get the kitchen sink under the ring. Kitchen sink in the mailbox. Get the kitchen sink. I don't know where they who put it under there. Move, ref! The fuck out of the way! Get the fuck on the other side! Oh, shit! Move, OB! Balls! 1, 2, 3! Oh, shit! FHL! 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 One more time! One more time! Fuck him up, balls! Fuck him up! Smack that shit! My cunt stinks! Balls, I'll blind you! Nasty snatch! Nasty snatch! Nasty snatch! Now blind you, balls! She's got nasty facial! Oh! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Balls! Oh, that was nice. Right on the bat, wasn't it? Yeah. When he turns all the way, you can see it. I didn't for that. Not good. balls of them all! Yeah! Yeah! Balls, 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 balls. PCW, 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 PCW. FHL, 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 FHL. Primal conflict! Primal conflict! Primal conflict! Primal conflict! Primal conflict! Balls!
I got 9 tickets in.
They're auctioning off that chair.
What?
They're auctioning off that chair. Raffling it off.
I thought Joe was going to go all the way. I'm sorry for
Can I see that, Perez?
That was so good. You were awesome out there.
The shit, man.
Balls Mahoney. I underestimated your power. You were once a big name in Extreme Championship Wrestling. The only Fed that I ever marked out on. It was my dream to step in the ECW arena and face the warriors of ECW, such as yourself. I thought I could beat you, Balls, but I couldn't. I thought I could beat you, Mahoney. Next time, and there will be a next time. You're not just gonna shake the hand out of respect for Nemesis, but you're gonna shake the hand to the man who's gonna beat you in the future hardcore legend.
This is the Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Aaron Stevens and Edward Ecstasy, and you're watching New England Independent Wrestling. Oh yeah, say hi, Brittany. Hair looks good, Aaron.
Nice.
Thanks a lot.
Attention humans, you're watching the New England Independent. Stay tuned, there's gonna be a bloodbath.
Been lobbying for a match with him.
I don't have to tell you who I am. I'm Live White Dave Padula. You're watching the New England Independence with Live White Dave Padula and the Vertebreaker. It doesn't get any more hardcore than this, baby.
Oh, New England Independence.
I like
I'm referee Todd Fatman Sinclair, and you're watching Wrestling Independence.
The hardcore referee, baby.
Oh, I have some touch and puts, I didn't know I had them.
This is the Mongoose, the nation's best submission fighter turned wrestler, and you're watching New England Independence.
I can't thank you enough, brother. Thank you very much for coming down. And your partner, New England Independent Show, it's hardcore, it's about wrestling. It's about taking the guys that working their asses off on the independent scene and working for you people. Whether it's 5 people, 500, 5,000, we're working our asses off for you. I'm fat, I may be blown up, I'm out there doing it for you people. Out there in the WWF, you guys don't understand, they've made it, they've proven themselves, they can take it easy, they can do it. We're still trying to make a name for ourselves, trying to prove ourselves to you, the fans. Send your support, send your opinions, whatever. If you think I suck, tell me I suck. If you think you want to see me do more hardcore, less hardcore, whatever it is, you want to see more independence, we're working hard for you, the people that actually matter in this business. Thank you.
Welcome to Wrestling Talk. We're just listening to our new theme song. I'm Leonard Caplan along with Ed Whittier in the studio, in person, and our special guest, former ECW star and current independent wrestling star, Balls Mahoney.
Hi, Mom. How you doing?
Welcome to the show. This is an unexpected pleasure, Balls.
Thank you. Thanks for having me out, man.
And we're back in the studio.
Yeah. We got Ed back.
Post No Mercy.
They beat doing it from my living room.
Post wheelchair.
Post Ed's extreme bump.
Yeah. Post Ed's Superfly leap.
And went, ah! Ow! Oh, Jesus! Ed went, hey, this is no!
And we're here to talk about everything under the sun.
He just doesn't land well.
Right, man. He goes in, and that's it. You know, as long as you land flat, you know.
Before we get underway, I want to thank my cousin Scott. He's going to kill me. My cousin Mike Carath. Oh, he's really going to kill me now. My cousin Michael G. Carath, who wrote the theme and performed it.
I stole it from Snatch.
What's Snatch?
The movie Snatch, the Guy Ritchie movie with Brad Pitt and the new guy from the transport or whatever. That's like kind of the part where Brad Pitt's getting drunk. Kind of.
Len's going to rent that.
No.
Rent it on the way. That's actually really fun. It's actually a really funny movie to watch, man, but it's actually really good. I like it.
Anyway. Thank you, Mike.
Stole it. Thanks,
for the
Mike.
theme.
You stole it. Plagiarism.
He did not steal it.
I'm only kidding.
Anyway. We're here on Wrestling Talk in the studio, post No Mercy.
Yes.
And we have a lot to talk about, but first, we want to get to our special
Well, how
guest.
about first you talk a little bit about No Mercy, since I don't watch professional wrestling at all anymore. Let me find out what's
Well, we're going
going
to save that for later because our guest on the phone, reviewer unknown, is waiting for us to call in about a half
different
an hour.
angles.
Sounds good.
So, and plus, we don't want to keep you waiting because you're live.
Sounds good. I'm live.
Information can come second.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Now, former ECW star, you don't mind that moniker.
No,
you don't mind that at all.
Not at all. I put most of my life into that company. Why would I mind it? No, not at all.
Have you made any contact or overtures, or have they, between you and the WWE?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was some stuff that, when that invasion angle was going on, I was discussing with Paulie and a couple other people up there. I don't want to mention names because I don't want to jinx anything. I also don't want to ruin stuff in the future, but they were negotiating to bring me in at a certain angle, and all I had to do was just, keep doing what I was doing because I had changed a lot. When I was first in ECW, I knew I was a maniac and in and out of the ring, and I started to really calm that down because I knew I was killing myself. And I was in Maryland, and I was wrestling Rob Van Dam, and there's a rule in Maryland, I don't know if you guys know this, with the commission, you're not allowed to introduce any kind of blood into the ring. So if you get busted open, even if it's a hard way, you have to leave. Now I'm in the main event, but Rob, I'm like 10 minutes in, I'm outside, I do something, wham, and a cut from last week just, and I didn't know it until I got back in the ring.
That's your stock and trade.
Well,
I mean.
but I didn't know it if I got back in the ring, and I'm not going to stop the match. There's 2,000 people that paid to see me and Rob wrestle live. They've never seen it in Maryland.
Didn't do it on purpose.
No, not at all. So I see the commissioner flipping out, and I'm like, all right, he'll come and stop it, but you know what? All right, I don't want this match to end. So I'm like, look at the ref, and Rob's like, Jesus. So we just paused the match, and I got some towels back from the locker room, and I'm trying to close it up, and I'm waiting for the guy to come down and stop it. He goes, you get out. And I'm like, no, you come down here. And he's like, no. I'm like, no? Yeah, fine, let's go. And then we just started going. I'm like, and he gets on, I'm like, hit me in the cut. He goes, what? I go, and I just grabbed him by the head and went, boom, and he went, ow, and I just went and started flowing again. But when I got back in the locker room, the commissioner, and I'll say this, the guy, Pat Pinella, he was the guy who ran it. He said, hi, Pat, how you doing? He got in the back, and he starts doing this to me. Now, you guys know me. You don't do that to me. When fans have hit me before, and they know better now. And this guy says, you son of a, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I just wrestled Van Dam 40 minutes. I ain't got energy to beat this guy up. And plus, I'm thinking, all right, this is WWF. He goes, you're done for life, I swear. So, of course, you know, Wednesday I get the phone call from WWF. What did you do? I'm like, well, you know, I got busted open. This guy threatened to suspend me for life. He can't do that. He goes, he didn't choke him. I'm like, no, I didn't choke him. I just wrestled Rob. How am I going to choke him? I'm sorry. He goes, well, when you get that cleared up, give us a call because now there's no spot for you. Because we can't.
Because of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's when Right to Censor got shut down, too, because all the parents groups. So after that, how are they going to bring a guy in, with my reputation anyway, who's been good, who just got supposedly banned for life in Maryland, had the guy by the throat? So basically, what ended up happening, they said when I went to the meeting, I actually had and I was actually up for a lifetime suspension of Maryland and a $10,000 fine. I got no fine and a 7th-month revocation of my license, so it was good in January.
So it's straightened out.
Right. So then in January, when I got back in contact with the Titan, they were like, well, we saw you in Queens. We had someone see you in Queens back in December. You looked awesome as far as work, but your body looked like crap. And I'm like, yeah, but you told me not to worry about my body. You told me not to worry. I was asking, do you want me to start lifting or something, training? My body feels a lot better. I could probably do it. And they're like, well, you know, that was then. I'm like, oh. You know what? You want that kind of look? Fine. You got it. I'll call you in 6 months and click. And I hung up. And I just went out and joined the gym and started dieting hard. And I was 370 pounds right then.
You look in great shape now.
275.
Excellent.
I have never been this low since I've been wrestling full time.
What is your secret for those fans out there who want to lose weight and get into good shape?
Just training every day. Even if you come off the road and you're tired and you don't want to go to the gym, you go to the gym and you work out. You cut out, you know, just diet, training.
What do you eat, or what don't you eat?
What don't I eat? I don't eat pasta. I don't eat pasta anymore.
How about bread?
No bread.
No bread.
A little bit of bread. A lot of salads. So a lot of salads with like chicken breast and tuna.
I don't like salads.
You know, a lot of seafood, canned tuna fish.
Yeah.
2-3 salads a day, raw salads. I haven't been doing that the last couple months, just because I had a big change in my life and I've been kind of depressed, but actually I'm doing so much better. Actually, I've been better, it's just the shock of everything. So I stopped dieting, and I put on no weight. I can't put weight on now. I mean, I'm putting it on up here, I'm getting, this is all solid and everything, but I can't put weight on. I was 270 when I stopped dieting. I'm 275 now, and that's 2 months later. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just not dieting for now, because I dieted straight from January till August. I mean, I didn't go off it. I didn't. Right. I mean, I love ice cream. I don't like. You know what? I don't. This is the thing. I don't
Frozen
like
yogurt.
Nah,
no.
Come on. No, look. See, now you know when you go to like bodybuilders, like you see bodybuilders, they have these protein bars. They all have chocolate this, peanut butter that. You know why? Because bodybuilders are inherently junk food addicts. I'm not. When I was fat, it wasn't because I was sitting around eating candy bars. I was just in a lot of pain, and I was depressed a lot of the time because my, ECW went under.
Yeah.
My whole life was revolved around that company. I thought it was going to take off more than what it did, and you go through depression there. And plus, my home life wasn't so good. And
two questions about now. When you take off that much weight, as a wrestler, does it change the type of opponents that promoters put you with?
Actually, promoters got shocked. They didn't know what to do. Because as I was losing the weight and my body started getting better, and I started trying to get away, not so much from blood itself, but from like the thumbtacks and the barbed wire and, just so much of that stupid stuff.
Tough way.
Yeah, well, it's not that it jacks your neck up, because I do have the broken neck. It's not like it does stuff like that, but, it's not wrestling,
Right.
That's not pro wrestling.
Well, and that leads to my other question. When you weighed more, like Cactus Jack, your style is the bumps and the crazy
No, see,
moves?
no, that's
Okay.
where you're wrong. That's where everyone gets confused, because the only people most remember me is from ECW, because that was my main television, my main national television coverage. So what they know me as is Balls and Axel, the chair swinging freaks, Balls versus Tanaka, Balls versus Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Which everyone was surprised. They're like, oh my God, he can wrestle. But you understand, I've been doing this full time since 1993, 1992. Right. I've been doing this full time. There was no hardcore wrestling in 1992, but yet I made a living at this. So how could I make a living in the professional wrestling world that had no hardcore wrestling?
Right.
By wrestling. How can you do that? Because there was none, and people are idiots. I'm sorry, but you are. You're stupid. People must be, not you. I'm talking,
well, you got look from the point of view of a fan, because if people see you on TV, and that's all they see, what else can they conclude?
Right, exactly, because you got to understand.
And I plead guilty to that.
Well, yeah, most wrestling fans have a short attention span. You know, they don't realize I spent, you know, my 6 months in Puerto Rico wrestling for All-Star Wrestling, who was Vinovich's former group. They don't realize I spent 6 weeks for Carlos. They don't realize I spent a year in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I used to live with Kane, you know. And trust me, Jim Cornette, you did not hit people with weapons. You kept it in the ring. You did not brawl. You wrestled. Well, let's see. I lasted a year there, and I drew a lot of money. I was tagging with Cactus. See, the big difference between me and Cactus, Cactus would do stuff, and this is no offense to him, because he did open a lot of doors for me. Because, again, he had the body like I did, except that was his body. I always was an athlete who just got dinged up and would take a lot of time off from the gym, because if I couldn't lift right, I just didn't want to do it. You know? I never stood on an apron and went, I'm going to fall on the floor, hit, boom, every night. Because I didn't have to do that to get over. I could work. I knew how to wrestle. You know, I mean, I was an amateur wrestler, very good amateur wrestler. I've been coaching amateur wrestling off and on now for 2 or 3 years with young kids, and I might be coaching my high school this year. I know how to do this. You know, I know how to go out into the ring with nothing and put on a match to get the crowd up. You know, I know how to work.
Well, that's what this show is for, to correct misconceptions.
Exactly. So I'm not mad about that, you know, but see, that's the other thing, though. But when people see me and they see a table come out or a chair and they see me bleeding, they're like, oh my God, you know, they don't remember the cool stuff we did leading up to a table bump. They're like, man, that was great. Balls hit the guy with a chair and then he went through a table. Oh, it was awesome. Well, what else happened? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because they just don't remember.
Human nature.
Right.
You know?
Because that's what they remember.
The only time I ever saw you live was when you fought Jaimie Pain.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
That was a pretty bloody match.
And actually, when he was in Wakefield, I have to admit this was one thing that stood out for me. That I'm not even sure if he wrestled that night. You delivered a chair shot to one of the indie wrestlers over there. It was the hardest chair shot I've ever seen or heard in my entire life.
Well, that was my gimmick. You know, ball swing's the hardest chair in wrestling, and that was true because
isn't that the truth?
I was a pro wrestler. I did not know how to hit people with weapons. I was never trained to. Hey, when you hit people with a chair, you know, the one night he's like, look, you got to hit Sandman. I'm like, all right, and he's caning me. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill you.
So if WWE comes a calling, you could change your whole style as far as people know, and return to a form of wrestling that you did before ECW.
See, that's the thing. The wrestling I've been doing since ECW stopped, I don't go out and go, okay, where's the thumbtacks, you know? I don't do that. People just don't realize. Yeah, when you see me wrestle Jaimie Pain, there's nothing, I mean, no offense to Jaimie. Jaimie's a brawler, you know, so you do the brawl match, and that's what I got hired to do.
Right.
But 90% of the matches I do aren't just those matches, you know? If they call me up and tell me, I'm just going to go in and do what I always do. Go in, tie up, do some stuff, you know? I mean, all my matches are wrestling matches. It's just, to do a hardcore match, you see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand how to do hardcore either. To do a hardcore match doesn't mean you go out right away to get a trash can and hit the guy in the head with it.
Right,
what are you going to do from there?
Which is what a lot of hardcore matches in WWE and others, that's what they're doing these days.
And not even WWE, but others. And I don't even consider a lot of these guys hardcore. I consider a lot of these guys idiots, to be honest with you. You're all a bunch of idiots. I really want to use stronger language. I don't want to get them in trouble. You've never been trained by anybody who knows what they're doing in the business. How many people can you say that are wrestling independents now have been trained by someone who made a living in this business? None of them. Maybe 10% of all, I'm talking indie wrestlers now, 10% of all indie wrestlers have been trained by someone who's made a living in this business. Let me tell you something, guy. All you trainers out there, if you never made a living in this business as a worker, you have no business teaching young kids how to wrestle. Get out. And we remedied that in New Jersey. We just got a hold of the ECW ring. We got a building. It's up. It's starting to run. Chris Candido, myself, Bam Bam Bigelow's going to be one of our guest trainers a lot because he lives in the area. So let's see.
You're a promoter now.
I'm not a promoter.
You're not a promoter. Okay,
we're
so
running
wrestling
school.
school.
What's the name of the school?
We don't have a name yet. I want to call it Stretch University so we can get cool. That's my idea. I want Stretch You. Can you imagine? You had Funk You? Yeah. Stretch You. You know, what do you think? Right. I stretch you, jabroni. Put you in the camel clutch. Stretch you like a jabroni you are. You know, that'd be so cool, T-shirts. You know, stretch you. You got a guy like this, you know.
The Iron Sheik's here now.
I like that.
Iron Sheik is everywhere, jabroni. Look at you in a crippled jabroni. Fall off roof. I know fall off roof. Get up to the crowd, drink a beer, have some medicine. You know, Sheik love the medicine, Bubba. You know the Sheik, former champion, the hack sergeant Duggan, but we don't talk about that right now.
You do a lot of imitations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had some fun with him. Sheik's one of my best, though, so I don't know. There's a lot of
Where's
guys.
he right now?
No, just I'll tell you what, if I ever win a lottery, who's an independent guy, I guess, years ago, won like one of them crazy $50 million lotteries. If I win a lottery, every independent show I go to, I'm out of my pocket. I'll pay him a couple $100. He ain't working. I just want him with me. I'm bringing the Sheik everywhere. With me, just to entertain.
I'm sure he'll go for that.
Oh, well, that's my best friend. Now, I swear this is what he says to me. This is my best friend. Look, right here, Chris Bambino, Tammy Sonny, Big Ball, not balls, ball. Big Ball Mahoney, my best friend, 35 years. We go, Sheik. I'm 30, Sheik. Oh, shut up, I know how old you are. I'm telling the people how close we are. Look, the Tammy Sonny not 30. No, Sheik, I'm 27. Shut up. I don't need this, you know what I'm saying. I mean, he's great.
Must be a trip to be with him on the road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to talk? Here you go. We did a thing, Michigan Championship Wrestling. This wasn't too long ago. Listen to this bus trip. Candido, myself, Tammy, Sandman, Iron Sheik. Who else? Jeez. Ricky and Robert, Kevin Sullivan. We talk about fun. I stopped at the liquor store and got, you can laugh at me, I got a huge bottle of Kahlua, a huge bottle of vodka, and some seltzer water to make mind erasers. I don't know if you guys know what they are. It's like New Jersey drink. You suck them up real quick. So we made Sheik one. He goes, oh, I don't know. He starts, no, Sheik, you don't mix it up. Okay, so drink fast. That's it, Bubba. That's the thing. I said. Next thing you know, we're all tanked in this bus, just listening to Sheik stories, having a blast. I one time, Olympic champ, I had wrestling in the East Tennessee promotion. What was that called back then? I don't know. Continental Wrestling. And the jabroni hits me in the face. I say, you dumb jabroni. I'm Olympic champion. I take him like this, drop him on head. Now jabroni cleaning cars somewhere. Sheik former champion. Just like,
wow.
What I'm talking about. And there's some other things I could say to make you laugh, but I like the Sheik. And all anyone's been asking me, who you fighting, Balls? Who are you going to take that chair and wrap around his head? The answer is I don't know, and I don't care. Because, yeah, this is for the Red Cross, and, they need their help with all the victims of everything that's gone on in America. So I'll do my part to make sure that someone tonight sheds some blood to donate. And if you like to, you too can be baptized by blood, fire, and barbed wire.
Thanks a lot.
Everybody wants to know what's on Brian Cairo's mind. I've been recently looking for a lot of new talent, and I'll be checking out this fine program to get who I want to win championship belt. Thank you. Good night.
You suck, Cairo. Attention humans, you're watching the New England Independent. Stay tuned, there's gonna be a bloodbath.
Lobbying for a match with you.
When P3 called me up and they told me they wanted me to come to Somerville and wrestle in Anthony's, I really had to question whether I was going to do it. But then when they told me I was facing Scarecrow, I told them I had to come. But I have to say, I have serious doubts about my chances of winning this match. You have to question a man at 6'3", 250 pounds, who's willing to jump over the top rope onto somebody's head like a missile. But I have to tell you this, Scarecrow, that won't matter tonight! Because when I get in that ring, and me and you start, you're really gonna find out who the most hardcore man is. Really, who is the sickest bastard on the East Coast. So Scarecrow, you better be prepared. Because you know I'm willing to bleed. You know I'm willing to take a chair shot to the head. I'm willing to do anything. I will put my body at risk. So be careful, Scarecrow. Be careful what you ask for. You may just get it.
That's right, this is Studley Steve Stallion. Listen up, all you ham and eggers out there. You're watching the New England Independence. So don't change the channel. Don't go get a sandwich. Tell Mama just sit in bed so you can watch the New England Independence. And don't be a ham and egger and turn the channel, because I have to come down and break every single one of your fingers. So sit right there, sit your ham and egg and ass down, and check out the New England Independence.
He weighs in at 245 pounds from Omaha, Nebraska, Scarecrow!
Oh man, this is gonna be fun!
Sit down. So y'all come here and you expect the Scarecrow to work for free?
Yeah! We get it, charity!
Well, I suppose that's all right, but I'm not gonna leave here without kicking someone's ass.
Whoa!
Thank you. So I decided who's worthy of my talents, my genetic superiority.
Charisma!
Wrong answer, fat man. I decided. Oh, he flew this time. Why couldn't you wait like 5 seconds? Did you watch Jaimie Pain?
Huh? Oh, I know.
Suicide diving, he's dying.
Oh, was he? Yeah. You were back up, or was it?
Shake him out. Oh! I'm saying, Jaimie. How about quitting right now? Oh, shit.
Yeah. What do you say?
Fight him up. Oh, one more time.
How the hell did you do that?
So good. Scarecrow, hero.
He's back and went down.
Praying.
Right now. Back out of the way, son. That's 2. All right.
Take out the rest. Come on, open up your fist, Scarecrow.
Come on, Jaimie. I'll open your fucking brains up, you know. Shut up. Thanks, everybody.
Come on, Jaimie, kick his ass.
That's right. Oh, Jaimie's not kicking anybody. Give him 2 minutes. Oh, that hurt.
What do you say? Where's the chair?
Back corner.
Camera guy can't get one, see it?
Jaimie, no, come on. Come on, no. That's a regular match. It's all part of it. Come on, Jaimie. I don't want to see this. Come on. You're ruining it. Watch your chair. Come on. I don't want to see the chair. You know.
Get the chair out!
I can't believe that.
Come on, Jaimie. Not always work, Russ. Come on. I don't want to see that.
Oh, God, this is gonna be awesome.
I don't want to see that match. No, I don't want a piece of it. I want it out of the match. I want the chair out of here. I want that chair out of here. You're not going to use this.
Whoa!
You're not going to use it. I want the chair out of this match. You got a good point.
What's this shit? Hey, man, this hurts. What?
That's a chair that hit you. I didn't hit you.
Bullshit, that was in the corner. That's right, Jaimie. I was in the fucking back.
Push me one more time and see what happens. Do you want to see this? Oh, yeah! How do you guys want to see a hardcore match with me and Jaimie? If you have the ball, you ring that bell, and you make this a hardcore match. Anything goes between me and Pain here. So come on, Wyatt, let's do it. It's a hardcore match.
Yeah, Jaimie! Oh! God! Come on, Bob. Oh, Jesus, fuck! You're loaded, aren't you? What?
Say, you want to give it up?
Fuck you, no!
Donut session. Go! Go on, Scarecrow, come on. Yes, you say. Go wrestling! Come on, Balls! Use the chair! Let's go! What's he got?
That's your friend.
Yeah, Ball, he's fucked.
Cut that dirty hippie's hair. Yeah! Make him bleed, Ball! Fuck him up!
Get some blood going! You want to see something here? Come on.
Come on, no. No. Jimmy, what do you say?
So much, Balls.
Hey!
Balls, no.
I got a question. Anybody here think wrestling's fake?
No!
This is for all you to do.
Can't believe that. Hey, ref, move the scissors. No more times.
Do you realize now I didn't do anything to you?
Fuck you.
What?
Fuck you.
I didn't do anything, goddammit! Do it again!
Come on.
Play golf!
Flaming table! Oh, no. Scarecrow.
This is gonna be great.
Oh!
Shit!
Fucked up his bones!
Scarecrow! That's gonna be it. Go down, boss. Go down. Go down, boss. Oh my God. What the hell?
How you there, Steel?
Hey, Russ. Think you need some help.
Oh, look out, balls. Come on, Jaimie. This one's over. What are you doing?
What? Kiss and make up!
Fucking that.
I ain't costume. Give me the microphone.
I suffered Scarecrow.
Jesus Christ.
If you did that. Come on.
Jaimie. Look at my chair, man.
Dude, I know what I saw. I know what I saw.
Stop. Look at this, man. There's only one shot on that. That's the one I just hit you with. That was enough.
Does that make it better? I'd be friends. I woke up, it was out here, and you were out here. Oh, I saw it.
Jaimie, I thought we were friends. You know what? It was an honor tonight to baptize you. Because that's what you've been. You've been baptized into the Brotherhood.
Whoa.
But
What a guy.
if you honestly think that I'm going to pull a Paul Heyman or a Vince McMahon on somebody and attack him from behind, man, I can't believe that. If you think that I would backstab you after 4 years of lies, you might as well just kill me now.
Come on, don't kill him. Come on, he's telling the truth.
I know you're gonna kill him.
He's telling the truth. Come on.
Come on.
As a friend.
Ah, be friends.
Come on. Jaimie, no.
Friends.
What's up, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now take a brief 10-minute.
April, you may not want to sit on that.
How many do you have on you? First camera and one there.
Wait a minute. Okay, is that on there?
Did you turn the match by any chance?
Yeah. All right, wrestling fans. Now
I went into this match not knowing what was going to happen. I thought Scarecrow would give me a run for my money, but I found out a lot more. We had some fun, and the balls came in. I found out who my friends were. Found out who I can trust. And I know it's not Scarecrow. He hit me when I was down. The balls faced me, man to man. Now I know who my friends are.
Not really? Yeah, some. I'm sorry.
I found a book that I had.
That picture's nice, man. Look at that. I really took it. That shit came out good.
Guys,
you're glad when I was like, hey, man.
I'm just outside, sir. Listen, everybody, I'd like to have an announcement made about this, too. I always do this after my matches when I'm like this. I didn't think I had any film. I used to do Polaroids for like, no thank you, sir. All right, thank you very much. I usually do like, Polaroid stuff. Those are special things. I do Polaroids, $10 each. Need someone to bring you food? If you want to double Polaroid.
This is the Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Aaron Stevens and Edward Ecstasy, and you're watching New England Independent Wrestling. Oh yeah, say hi, Brittany. Hair looks good, Aaron.
Nice. Thanks a lot.
Balls Mahoney, you want to come in and interrupt the Scarecrow's match and the Scarecrow's show on the Scarecrow's night for the Scarecrow Red Cross? Well, that's a bunch of crap, my friend. And Jaimie Pain, you got off easy this time, buddy. I know I'll meet you again. And Balls, you better pray to Christ that I never meet you.
The intermission's in progress.
Here I am after another show. Me and Cue Ball taking on Dave Padula and Kevin Charisma. As you see, I'm at the bar, so I'm pretty fucked up. So I'm just gonna give a shout outs to my real boys in the business. I want to say what's up to Nemesis. I want to say what's up to Kevin Charisma, Tiger Khan, Kid Crazy. We're all busting our ass, man. Let's keep it going.
Cool. Well, here's the thing. I'm up here for a week. I just saw Chris last night in the gym right before I left. And he's like, the ring's up, everything's painted. So he goes, oh, that's right, you're not gonna be here this week. I'm like, no. He goes, so Monday, get in there, we'll start getting everything together. Cause I got like 4 or 5 kids that are ready to join. We don't have a phone number yet in the school. I mean, we're just barely, we're on the bare minimum right now. But we do have the ECW pay-per-view ring. That's our training ring. It's the best ring in the business.
Wow.
It really was. You've heard that before, from other people. That's our training ring. So you're not gonna get hurt. But if anybody's interested, I don't have a phone number to give you yet. It's located in Belmar, New Jersey. It's $3 grand. There are payment plans, and I'm trying to think.
You have a website?
Not yet. I mean, literally, we just got the ring set up for the building.
Oh, you keep us posted.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. The director will.
Absolutely.
Being the director,
definitely forward that on.
Yeah, we'll definitely. We're pretty close there, aren't we, director? We're pretty close there. Hi, honey. So we'll have information.
Now, when a person comes in, and they say, I want to be a professional wrestler, and you look at them and they're, let's say, they're in pretty decent shape, but they're 175 pounds or 180 pounds. Okay. Do you tend to say, you know what, maybe this is not for you? Do you give them a tryout?
Not anymore. Look at the WWF roster now. Look at Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Right.
They're like $150 dripping wet, you know? I mean, I don't know for sure, but I mean, they're not big guys. They're not over 200 pounds, you know? And you got to think of this, you know, like, all right, here's a good example. You know, like when I started, you guys know I started when I was 12. You know, me and Candido grew up together. I've been, when I was 92, when I started back at the Monster Factory, I was, you know, 91 actually when I started back training at the Monster Factory. Yeah. I was his trainer in 92, you know? Me and Glenn Ruth, so I've already, you know, D'Lo Brown is one of my proteges.
Yeah.
I was one of the original trainers of Paul White. Jesus. And then one of the headbangers, Chaz, not Glenn Ruth, Chaz, the other one.
Yep.
God, I could just keep...
Larry stole my phrase, you know.
Which one?
Stay in the ring.
Keep it in the ring.
He says keep it, oh, he changed it now.
Stay in the ring, John, you fat bastard. Keep it in the ring.
Editing.
Edit. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Sorry, but anyway, yeah,
Balls Mahoney was just scolded by the director. I can't believe it.
Note the time. Write it down for me, please.
She's going to spank me later.
Oh, that might that could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
I hope they didn't hear that. But no, so I have a lot of experience training guys. And the thing was, at Larry's, I was the enforcer at Larry's school. Like, I would teach guys, you know, Glenn was the main trainer. I would fine-tune them, or I'd take the young guys when he wasn't there. But I was the fine-tuner, and I was also the enforcer. Like, if someone, because you get students in schools, they get big heads real quick, they don't want to pay, and they keep showing up. And especially if you're in the school, with the, you know, you're in a business. You know, back then, Larry didn't have the contracts. All right, you sign up, you have this amount of time to pay, whether you're thrown out, you quit or not. Once you sign this contract, you're obligated to pay it. We're going to have those kinds. You join our school, you're paying your money, okay? Whether we kick you up and beat you up and just teach you a lesson, or whether you quit, you're obligated to pay the money. This isn't a game. This is not a game. This is our business. This is how we're going to make money. This is the new day, you know. So,
It has to be.
Larry would come up to me every now and then and say, that kid, I don't want him here anymore. Get him. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about
it. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Follow the thing. Oh. So 5 minutes later, of course, there'd either be an ambulance, I'm serious, there'd either be an ambulance to get this kid, or he'd walk out crying, and that would be it. And we wouldn't see him again. So, at our school, there's not going to be a lot. That's why, like, when I was like, I want to call it Stretch U, Candido was like, no, people are going to think we're stretching. I'm like, no, it's just a cute name. He goes, but you're going to stretch guys. I'm like, no, I'm going to stretch guys who don't listen. Just like it was done now. I go, what do you want to do? You want to coddle these kids? I go, what happened to us? Remember when we were 12, Chuck used to beat the living out of us, you know? I mean, he really did. That's not how you get it. Oh, God, he'd hook us. And there's nothing you can do, you know? You're like 12 years old. You got this big man, you know, smokes Camels every day. Come here, you know? And we used to, you know, we learned the hard way, you know? And
Sounds like the Heart's basement.
I was just going to say.
And except we didn't have a basement. We were going from town to town to town, setting up these rings for promoters and the ring crews.
Right.
Just to be able to get in the ring to train. You know, that's how we got our first matches. We were 15, threw on hoods, went out and wrestled, you know, illegally, very illegally. We're out there, hey, you want to do first match? Yeah, we'll put the hoods on. So we put the hoods on, and then, you know, the music would play, and we'd go out, do a quick 10, and you'd see the commissioner, who are these guys? And we'd hop over the guardrail, run out of the building, go into the ring truck, get that off, put our security, you know, little polo shirts and jeans back on, and come walk out. Oh, we looked for them guys, man. We chased them, we couldn't find them. Oh, good job, kids. All right, you know. And they didn't know that was us doing the first match, you know. And then we'd, you know, do that and then tear the ring down every night. But these kids, like what I would tell a kid straight out, and since it's a business, I'll be like, look, if you really want to do this is your dream. I'll take your money, and I'll teach you the best I can. But if you want to make it, that's not up to me. You know, I can teach you everything I know. We can teach you everything we know. We can teach you how to act. But ultimately making it is not up to us. It's up to you. Because I still believe, I'm not one of these guys, I'm really not one of these people who say, look, if you're 6'5" and 270 and jacked, that you're going to make it in the wrestling business. You might make a payday, but I still am not one of these people that says you're just definitely going to make it in the wrestling business, or you're definitely not. I think it's been proven more often than not, the harder you work in this business and the more you learn, and if you ever stop learning, you might as well get out, you can make it. I really firmly believe that. I didn't believe that too long ago. I was really depressed about a lot of stuff in the business, but you know what? It's...
What turned you around?
I started getting into shape. You know what really got me into shape? Because I turned on the TV, I saw Brock Lesnar with Heyman, and I went, oh, so that's what they want. They want some green rookie guy who knows nothing. No offense to him, because I'm sure he's going to develop, but I mean, come on. I mean, and then I hear people, yeah, they're going to hire Goldberg. No, they're not. That is Goldberg. What's wrong with you? They need their own Goldberg. Albeit, he's a shooter. I mean, you got to give it up for Brock. I'll give it up for Brock because being an amateur wrestler, brother's NCAA division champion. Hey, good deal. You know, he's in shape. That don't mean he's a good pro wrestler. But look at the push he's getting. That got me mad. And I cut a picture out.
What did I tell you?
Oh, yeah. I cut a picture out of him. Put it in like a little gimmick there. So any day I was feeling like, I don't want to go to the gym. No, I'd go to the gym. Look at Brock. I'd go to the gym.
So he inspired you in
mad.
reverse.
Well, he got me mad. Not him, because I have no heat against him.
Yeah,
the office got me mad.
Sure.
All right, now we're talking about Brock Lesnar. He's the WWE champion.
I guess so.
Like yourself, you've paid your dues in the world of professional wrestling. Now you look at the new promotion going on, and this new gimmick going on with Tough Enough.
Yeah.
Tough Enough 3.
Yeah, I was just
familiar
going to
with
ask about that.
Now think about this.
Those kids are lucky I don't got a hold of them.
I rest my case.
How about, are you familiar with Chris Nowinski?
Chris Harvard?
Chris Harvard.
I've seen him.
We had him right here on the show.
I've seen him.
He was on the Independents for a while after he came in second on Tough Enough.
But they ended up picking him up.
Exactly.
They ended up picking him
he
up.
came in second, and now I think he's a lot more popular than Maven.
My question to you
There's a couple kids that are on the Jersey Independents, too, and the Independents I've seen, that did not win Tough Enough, who are, and you know what, this is the thing, they're still trying. They're working in these. They're going, and you know what? They knew they went on Tough Enough. They didn't win. And there was one kid I saw. I was like, yeah, I was on Tough Enough, and I'm like, okay, good. I'm like, so where are you training now? I ain't training anywhere. I'm like, nice knowing you.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, you really do not want to be taking that tone of voice with me. Get out. And then, of course, he's like, huh? And everyone's like, I walked away, and everyone like kind of told him, like, look, he's gonna kill you. Wow. He's not gonna hurt you. He's gonna like hurt. He's not gonna hurt you. He's gonna cripple you. Go. You know what I mean? So he kind of came up to me and apologized. I'm like, look, you got the wrong attitude. And then I met a couple other kids. I can't remember. Taylor. Is that a girl or is that a guy? From 1 or 2? I'm not sure.
Taylor, I believe, was a girl.
Taylor. I met Taylor, and I met another one. I can't think. It was a guy, though. I worked the Jersey All-Pro show, and Taylor was training. She went, joined a school. The other kid went and joined a school. They joined decent schools because they knew this is what they want. They had a chase. They didn't get the contract, but this is what they wanted to do. So what are they doing? They're doing what anybody else would. They're joining the school. They're paying their dues. They're out there working for no money, just like any other rookie. And you know what? I respect the hell out of them for it.
Absolutely.
Have you ever met one of those rookie wrestlers who had the wrong attitude, you threw them out, and then later on they turn themselves around and
I've had the wrong attitude forever.
You?
Yeah. Well, not the wrong. I haven't had the wrong attitude about the business itself, like how to work, what to do.
Yeah.
You know, all right, you got to put this guy over here. No problem. It's not that. I always had the wrong attitude. I had the F you pay me attitude. Even when I was younger. Look, I'm not getting paid. I'm not doing what you want. I'll work. Kiss my ass. Because you got to understand when 2021.
Not the time.
Yeah, this is real quick. 21 years old, 22 years old. You know, you're not getting money. You're really not getting. Back then, you weren't getting paid nothing. A lot of shows, but them not realizing, hey, as far as rookie dues, they're done. All right, you're paying me. You know, I can go out and work anybody you got. You're gonna pay me. And there's a bunch of people. Mike, who's it? Dino Sana out in Pennsylvania used to run the WWWA. Had Jack of Hammer as his champion. I lit into him one night. Bushwhackers, I got half their money, and I'm like, whoa. And I did filler work, and I told them, like, I'll show up, but if you put me in there and you don't pay me X, there's gonna be a problem. And their guy handed me $10. I went, yo, that's it. And I went in the room, and it's Dino and his champion, the Jack of Hammer, and I basically just, in a nutshell, said, I'm gonna kick your butt, not butt, but I'm gonna kick yours for handing me the money. I'm gonna kick yours for defending this guy, and I'm just gonna rip your head off, okay? If I don't have, let's see, I said I wanted X. If I don't have X plus 50 in my hand, you're all dead. And you got 10 minutes, and I'll be back. I walked back, 5 minutes later, that guy came out and gave me X plus 100 and said, please leave. I said, thank you, and I left. Obviously, I never worked for him again, but I never had to deal with the Dino Son and his chopping the Jackahama again. I mean, that's these idiots, they didn't realize.
So there's two things that you have to contend with in this world of professional wrestling, the business side and the wrestling side.
See, as far as the wrestling side with the boys, I'm good. As far as knowing the business, I'm good. Dealing with promoters,
I'm not so good.
I mean,
There I have
in
an
our
attitude.
limited dealings with independent promoters, we've come across some real winners. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, a guy with a
Oh,
gun,
yeah,
and I mean,
Yeah.
we have stories. You know, I'm sure.
Of course,
You know.
And the whole point is you're supposed to learn from that and act humble and act humble. I'm sorry, I can't be humble. Not with what, especially now. This is what I do. This is my job. I've been doing this all my life.
Yeah.
I've been doing this since I was 12. Since I was 12 years old, I stopped everything else. I played some football, I wrestled, you know, but it didn't interfere with doing this.
What do you think you'd be doing if there were no such thing as professional wrestling? I might have asked you that before.
Pro football player.
Really?
Yeah. Pro football player or a wrestling coach by now. Olympian. Either one. Because I was that good at wrestling. If I never...
A cue?
We got the cue. Is it time for you?
Balls Mahoney. So without further ado, I'll introduce him. He hails from the Priestly Mansion in Bricktown, New Jersey, the greatest entertainer in wrestling of all times. This is Elvis Wrestling. ECW superstar, Buzz
You know what? You're right. These people did take the money to see this somebody. We got the cue.
You know what this means?
Hang loose, baby.
Hang loose.
Do we have a reviewer unknown on the line?
That's what it sounds like.
It's almost time to talk about No Mercy, I think.
No Mercy.
Or the Triple H angle.
No Mercy on you, Triple H. No, I can't get into that. I can't get into that. You guys don't know Bruiser Battle.
Reviewer unknown.
You don't know me.
Yes, and I can thankfully say I don't owe that gentleman any money.
You don't know me. Who are you talking about me there, buddy? No, I'm kidding.
Reviewer unknown, thanks for joining us.
Well, it's always a pleasure to call in. How you guys doing? How's Ed doing?
Ed's right here in the studio, and he's in the chair, and he looks like he's just can walk.
Thank you.
He can walk right out.
No, I can't walk.
He's doing pretty good.
Enough.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Now, we haven't gotten into the topic yet, but we're going to introduce it now. Because we were talking to Balls Mahoney here about ECW and about dealing with independent wrestlers and his wrestling school. And that's just to fill you in, Reviewer Unknown.
Balls Mahoney.
Yes.
Yep. Popular on the circuit, are you?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
I'd hope I'm still popular on the circuit. It's how I'm paying my bills right now.
He was in ECW, if you recall.
Okay.
Now, you had a lot to say, Reviewer Unknown, about the angle that we saw with Triple H and the funeral parlor.
What's
and
this? Wait.
I don't even think I want to describe it, but I think I'm going to have to for Balls right here.
You're going to have to.
Or you can read my article.
Right. Reviewer Unknown posts an article on our website, which I can't, I'll have to edit that in later.
What's the angle?
Briefly, there's a feud with Triple H against Kane, where Triple H says that Kane killed this girl in his past, and he's calling him a murderer. And then he says, well, I have some incriminating video to show you, and it's Kane, it's Triple H dressed up as Kane in a funeral parlor.
Yeah. Need we say more?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about where it went. And
Thank you.
It gets worse from there.
Thank you for not making me explain that.
And I don't know if you
really can't go into it.
Yeah, we can't really explain it, especially because I air the show on an educational channel, which
well, let's put it this way. I think all the fans at home, they know what we're talking about. They know,
I know what you're saying.
Where they're going with this.
I know where you're going.
And the fact is
that's an angle.
That's an angle,
yeah.
Sadly. And that Vince McMahon himself is actually, because a lot of the pro wrestlers in the back were disgusted by it.
All right, they won't bring me in. Sorry, they wouldn't bring me in because I got supposedly banned in Maryland. But then they do a murder angle and a necro. Oh my God! You know?
That's right.
Oh, you know what?
Reviewer
I'm
Unknown,
just gonna be quiet.
Let's let Reviewer Unknown vent because he can really vent probably as well as you, Ball.
Go, Reviewer.
Go ahead, Reviewer.
I don't think I can come close to Ball's reaction right there. I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. Words really can't describe. He's pretty much Triple H, who, as everyone knows, is involved with Stephanie right now, and it pretty much, as long as he's with Stephanie, Vince is going to let him keep doing stuff, and you have to wonder what they were thinking when they even considered this angle. It wasn't even a good idea. I mean,
it goes with Kane's gimmick.
Yeah, but I mean, they started off the Las Vegas night. It started actually at the end of the Las Vegas night, and I mean, you could just hear the crowd. I mean, you had a great night. You had a great tables, ladders, and chairs match. The crowd was going insane.
That was a hot crowd.
I mean, we're all cheering, and now Triple H comes out there with his belt and the whole water spitting thing. Well, what is that? Who is he? Free Willy? I mean, I don't know what the
He
heck that's
stole
all
that
about.
from me. I was doing that in ECW in '96.
Nice.
6 years ago.
I did not.
Yeah.
So you're doing it 6 years. So he's doing it now.
You know what? You know what else they stole from me? You know what DX stole from me? You know that whole sit thing they did? I was doing that with Big Balls entrance music in '96. That was what I did. We've got big balls. I've been doing. They stole that from me too.
That's ridiculous. He's taking
They
all
stole
that.
my T-shirt, Devon's Fish T-shirt. I had one made up 6 months ago. Mine. They just made that a Devon Fish T-shirt.
man.
They stole that.
Oh boy.
Looks like somebody owes you a little money.
Nah, just give me a job. Go on, reviewer.
So, but you had a great match, and then Triple H comes out, and he's saying, "Oh, you remember Katie Victor? You killed her. You're a murderer." And we all just went, "What?"
And not only that, did you notice the crowd's reaction to that?
Oh, deflated. It killed the night.
Silence.
It killed the audience.
It killed them. This was a hot crowd the whole night.
Was
It was
it the
an
end of the-
incredible
was it the
crowd.
end-
It was a great night. I
This
mean,
is
we
the
were.
last words
That's
out of my
great.
mouth.
It was
Actually,
a
that's
great
good.
night. It was a
At
night
least
that
it
Raw
wasn't halfway
needed.
through.
It was a fantastic night, and they just killed themselves. And then
No, you didn't
last
know.
week-
I disagree with that. You just made the crowd go, what?
Yeah,
And then ended it.
Right.
That's actually
Well,
pretty
that's
good.
true, that's
That's
true.
actually
The
pretty good.
placement of it was good, but
Yeah.
what it wasn't good.
No.
It just killed it. At that point, you had absolutely. We were ready. We were stoked up to watch the pay-per-view the following week, and all of a sudden you got this stupid little angle, and it killed it. And then last week was what they had, which I won't even describe. I don't even think words can describe the feelings I felt. I was watching with a couple guys who don't offend easily. I mean, they're two disgusting people, and they were offended. And it was just, what were you thinking? If you tell me that, oh, it's for adults, it's not geared towards kids, kids shouldn't be watching this stuff anyways. Well, why the blank do you have toys? You have action figures. You walk into a toy store, you're going to go up and down, you're going to see all the little wrestling action figures. They even advertise for toys during the show.
Right.
And the show that videotaped, which was just, I mean, absolutely reprehensible.
Well, reviewer, you know the old saying, controversy sells.
Controversy
And
sells,
that-
but
well,
there's
this is
a
what I'm
point
trying to
where,
say.
Hey, I understand controversy works well, and with some shows it works, but there are still some things that even a controversial show you just won't do. I mean, TNN didn't even like the HLA angle, and you're going on to this. Oh, they're going to really love this, right?
Reviewer unknown. We went to a website where there was an interview with McMahon, and he is for anything that will give him mainstream press. He doesn't care what it is.
And I'm
That's
sure
it.
Balls will back me up on this. He's a man bereft of a soul.
Well, you know what? TNN, I don't get TNN. TNN, when I was on TNN, I did 1 year, 9 times. 9 appearances, 5 matches on TNN. And that whole time we were on there. You know why? They were too scared to put me on television. But they'll do that? That's strange.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
Watch
I have to wonder.
Also, Heyman, debt, McMahon, millionaire. So, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, McMahon is basically a guy who, and I was talking with a friend of mine, anything that generates money, that generates people to watch. I mean, he did an interview with Sports Illustrated about, I think, a month ago, where they were talking with him about the whole Billy Chuck angle and how the ratings were down and stuff. And he said, you know, if we're not drawing people, why is a mainstream sports magazine interviewing me? Well, yeah, okay, that's great. You want to have controversy, but you're going to lose people at the same time. And then to have that, and then of course it didn't go over very well. The response they put out, from what I saw over the website, and I'm sure you guys checked it out too, it was just a huge negative backlash on that whole aspect. And then last night it was just ridiculous. You know, bringing out the mannequin, which was a guy mannequin,
I know.
in drag.
Reviewer, quick question. Do you know who won the Giant Eagle game last night?
The what?
The New York Giant Philadelphia Eagle game?
I believe the Eagles won.
Ah!
Yeah,
All right.
Looks like you owe somebody some money there, Paul.
No, I'm a Giant fan.
Oh, okay.
All right, sorry, go on.
That, other things, Hilliard is out for the season.
Oh, yeah, we lose Hamlin, we lose Hilliard. Ah!
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You need a hug, Ball?
Nah, yeah, I do. The director.
It's a good thing you were
The director
on.
will hug me later. That's okay.
It's a good thing you were on Reviewer Unknown, because I know nothing about this stuff.
The Reviewer Unknown tries to help everybody.
Very good. You're just a heck of a guy there.
That's why I'm here.
Reviewer Unknown?
Yes.
What else in wrestling either offends you or turns you on?
I don't know, offends me, but I mean, that whole angle I think was just ridiculous, and I'm hoping the way everything ended last night that they're putting that to rest and just moving on. I think Bischoff is, with his announcement last night for pay-per-view, they're trying to come up with some stuff. The War Games should be interesting.
Tell Ed and Balls about your feelings on Brock Lesnar.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The man is bereft of so much, and I've been trying to figure out what it is I don't like.
Yeah, me too.
And I figured it out last week because we did an article about Frank Sinatra. And everybody loves Sinatra.
Okay.
But the thing is, nobody liked Sinatra until 1951.
Right.
Because it was that point that he was down. Ava Gardner had left him. He had lost his voice. His career was literally in the toilet. And it was that point that he started to rehab himself.
What are you talking about? He was singing for Kennedy then.
1951?
1961?
51.
Okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
1951, he was with Ava Gardner. He had left his wife for Ava. His career was in the toilet.
Before From Here to Eternity.
Right. He did From Here to Eternity, which was sort of a rehab for him. He was able to let that old character die on screen, and he rehabbed, and people liked him. And what happened was the guys liked him. Because we like to see somebody work his way up. And I think that's the problem I see with Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar never
He hasn't
paid
worked his
a
way up
due.
from anywhere.
He hasn't
come
paid
out,
any dues.
He's
Okay, I
knocked
can
everybody
agree with
around. He's been totally disrespectful. He's demanding, basically, you have to love me because I have the belt, and it doesn't work. And
Who would you put the belt on right now?
I feel like you haven't earned it.
So there's no sympathy level for Brock because he hasn't paid his dues and because
I don't know if he hasn't paid his dues, but
put the belt on Benoit.
It's the same reason why a lot of people don't like Tiger Woods, because he just keeps winning, and we need to see we want to see our heroes knocked around a little bit.
Who do you want to see have the belt?
I don't know if there's really anybody out there that I'd like.
Chris Benoit.
Benoit, maybe.
Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam, I like.
Rob Van Dam, if Rob Van Dam's allowed, hey, if Rob Van Dam, I'll tell you what, I've wrestled the guy over 200 times. He's my favorite opponent. If Rob Van Dam is allowed to do Rob Van Dam's offense, if he's allowed to do his stuff, he ain't gonna have a better chance.
The thing I love about Rob Van Dam, and he's starting to really work on his showmanship now. The whole making fun of everybody else has been great.
Oh, he's always
a
done
guy
that.
who's going to put himself on the line every match.
No, you see, that's because you don't know who he was, man. That guy put himself on the line every night anyway.
That's what I love about
him. Everybody.
That's what I love about him. The fact that he goes out there.
But he was always like that. You understand, when you come into WWF, if Balls Mahoney goes into WWF, Balls Mahoney's coming in so watered down, he's going to be, hi kids, I'm Balls. Look, tennis balls, basketballs, baseballs. I'm not coming out, oh, I got big balls. It's not going to happen, man. Because you got to work yourself up to that.
Balls, you missed it. Can I call you Ballsy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ballsy, you missed the ball. I've always liked Van Dam because of the fact, like you said, he puts it on the line. Right. And what I've liked is that he's starting to get that, he's working the persona.
Right.
And he's getting that part. I think in the next few months, I think he's going to develop into something great.
Yeah.
If they continue to work with him, I think he'll be fantastic. Because he's starting now to get that personality. But like I said, I've always liked him because he puts it out on the line. And he gives it all for that fight. And that's the thing that's the thing that I think we all love about wrestling is that guys like you and stuff, you're putting it out there every night.
Thanks.
You're putting it out. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see a storyline. We want to see you banging heads and breaking tables over each other.
Who are banging heads and doing the job right now? Let's talk about the tag team division. Who's doing that?
Angle.
Thank you. Angle and who else?
Angle and Benoit. I think
Angle,
it's been a great
Benoit,
matchup.
the Guerreros.
Yeah.
The Guerreros.
Absolutely.
Without them,
even Edge, Rey Mysterio, those guys.
Yeah, that's a fantastic up and coming one. I hope we see a little bit more of that. That's a high octane couple.
Oh, that's for sure.
Now, what do you think?
The Mysterio is just absolutely
Rey Mysterio?
Fantastic, and to me it seems that he's done some. He's really using his body in a new way, in sort of like a physics class.
I want to ask Balls now. You've wrestled Rob Van Dam over 200 times. I keep reading that he's very stiff and opponents don't like to wrestle him. Why do they say that?
Because it's a timing thing with his chair kicks and his martial art kicks. The first time I wrestled him, I got my bell rung a couple times, but it's practice, you know what I mean? You just gotta get used to it. Because it would come down to the point, my last couple matches with him, you know, like, they would do one, like, spin kick with the chair, the Vertebreaker. I was taking one in the crowd, one on the outside, then one on the inside, kicking out of the frog splash, missing him with the chair, taking the one from he'd jump from the top rope side kick with me in the middle of the ring with the chair. I'd take that, stagger into the corner with Fonzie bringing the chair down in front of my face with him come with the Van Terminator from one side of the ring to the other.
Wow.
That was what we were doing every night. And I was doing that 4 nights a week, every night. And I never got hurt on him. Because by that point I knew what I was doing. It was a timing thing. And that was the thing. That was the point.
Now, the Dudleys had that problem when they first entered the WWF. There was a lot of people that didn't want to wrestle them because they were coming off of the ECW.
And they were scared to death.
Style,
Well, look what they were doing. They were putting me through flaming tables every night. You gotta understand, they were wrestling me every night. The Dudleys, for the last 2.5 years in ECW, when they started to become good workers, it was me and Axel, me and Tanaka, me and Spike, me and somebody. It was always me against Bubba and Devon. And yeah, of course it was a stiffer style, but it was a stiffer style because, again, what the people were remembering were the flaming tables, the sick chair shots me and Tanaka and Devon and Bubba were throwing at each other. They didn't remember the spots and the psychology of everything, which they had. They didn't realize that every night for 3 months I was doing a flaming table like a dummy. But they didn't realize that not every night were we doing that we were going out and doing arm drags and tags and, you know, psychology and false tags, you know? Like, all right, perfect case in Sabu. Everybody's nervous about Sabu, wrestling Sabu. November 22nd, it's Friday, November 22nd, in the Elks Lodge of Queens, I'm wrestling Sabu in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody will book that. No, the promoter, Frank Goodman, USA Pro, he wouldn't book it. It took me months to convince him to do that.
Now, why is that?
Because he's scared to death that one of us is going to die. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
He doesn't want the liability.
You're right, he's scared. He doesn't want the liability. But then I was talking to him, because I just dropped this belt to Bigelow, and it doesn't look like Bigelow's going to be able to make the next show or something like that. So it might be that match might be for the belt. I hope it's not for the belt, because I'd like to be on 6th, because he runs like 14 match cards. I'd like to be on 6th early for that match and destroy the crowd for everybody, so I can sit there and watch everybody trying to get him back going, you know. But yeah, again, like a lot of people don't want the liability of that. Like WWF does not want Balls Mahoney coming in with his chair. Vince McMahon does not want me coming in with his talent roster and knocking them out and hardweighing them and giving them all concussions, you know. But and that's where the train of thought is with a lot of the stuff and a lot of guys that came out of ECW. Well, we can't let them do that kind of thing because they're going to hurt our guys, and our guys aren't going to want to do it. They're going to get mad. So we try to instill in them: you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this. But there's other ways to get over. Just be yourself. Let the guy wrestle. You know what I mean? The thing was, whenever an ECW guy got in the ring anyway there, once they first got hired, and you'll know this, reviewer, the place went bananas. No matter who it was, when Tajiri first got there, they're like, oh God, ECW. I mean, he'd like smack a guy, and the whole crowd would start chanting ECW, and you had a WCW guy come out there, and there'd be crickets.
Reviewer unknown, one last thing. What did you, if you got it, did you see No Mercy, and what did you think of it?
You know, we had it on, but the funny thing is, the place where I watch it, I posted a column on it. We have 2 TVs where I watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And we actually were getting more out of watching Game 2 of the World Series than the pay-per-view. At one point, we actually were watching the cartoons.
Well, you missed The Undertaker.
Well, no, we did watch it. We had them both on, but there was just. It wasn't really until the big tag team match that we started to really watch it.
Fantastic match.
Do you know that a lot of people have been disappointed with the fact that in the Hell in a Cell match that no human being was thrown off the top?
What do you want?
Well, that's, you know.
Because the Hell in a Cell match is intended to be wrestled inside the cell.
Right.
And the last, 2 or 3 of them, we've seen Rikishi, we've seen Cactus go off the top. Right, and basically, after Cactus going off the top, I wouldn't want to see anybody else.
You know what? I promise everybody something now. You hire me at WWF, you put me in a Hell in a Cell, and I guarantee you, I won't go off the top of that cage. I guarantee you that. I will keep my butt in the cage, bleeding.
Any final words, Reviewer unknown, before we run along?
Well, just talking with like Ballsy said, the Hell in a Cell, yeah, it would have been great to see somebody up on the top and knocking up and down and stuff, but I mean, that's a hard fall. I mean, Ed, How far was your fall?
It's 30.
That's the same thing.
30 feet. Same thing. And you end up with 2 broken legs.
Right.
And a broken arm.
That's the same fall. That's the same fall, give or take 5 feet.
The same fall. As much as you got to, that's I think something people need to realize is that, you know, as great as these wrestlers are, and as much of a beating they can take, there's a point where the body's just gonna not take certain things, and
that's not wrestling.
A 30-foot fall is one of them.
Right. It's not wrestling.
Review or no, we're gonna run along. I'll make a copy of this tape before I censor it. Okay?
All right.
You can have the uncensored copy.
I've been pretty good.
Well,
I got bleeped once or twice.
I show this on an educational
3
channel,
times.
so you know.
I'm sorry.
Ballsy, I love you.
I love you too.
In fact, I'm going to get a big T-shirt that says "I love balls."
No, you gotta say I love Ballsy.
I love Ballsy.
That was my nickname with Jack Victory. Ballsy. So
I'm not afraid to say. You know, let them have tests. That's all right. They can have their testicles. Right. We got balls. I'll talk to you guys later.
Review or no.
Beautiful.
Before you go, review or no.
I think our reviewers got.
He's gone.
He's off the air.
I didn't dismiss him.
No, because I think our
He's been
director's not
dismissed
happy.
by the director.
Review unknown. Okay, he's gone.
That's it.
All right, that's it. So back to live in the studio. I wanted to talk about the book. I was visiting you at your house the other day.
There's a couple of books out.
A couple of books out. You'll love this, Balls. Every title that has ever been won in any federation, an independent or mainstream federation, is in any year is in this book that he has, including our own Tony Rumble, the late great Tony Rumble here in Revere.
Lots of very, very small independent promotions that were open in less than a year with their champions listed in it.
And what's the name of this book?
It's called Wrestling's Title Histories.
And where did you find that?
And I found that on the web, actually. And Duncan is the name of one of the authors. I can't recall the other one right now.
Well,
but if you go on Amazon.com and you plug that name in, you'll come up with it. The book was like $36 or $39. Well worth every penny. There's a lot of footwork that went into this.
Unbelievable research went into that.
And what's amazing about it, and what's really good, is say he calls a promoter or however he got his information, and the promoter says, yeah, I had Balls Mahoney as his champion, but we couldn't confirm it with you that you were champion such and such date. It'll say promoters list, meaning that it couldn't be confirmed any other way. It was just his word only. It's a really incredible book, and one that I recommend for anybody who's interested in that sort of thing for research purposes.
Very interesting.
And also is a great tool for this show.
Yep. Yep. Wow. And we found, you know, championship matches that we had witnessed in real tiny places.
Highgate, Vermont.
Highgate, Vermont.
Way up in the corner of Vermont.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
We'll
it was
never
in
forget
there.
that place.
That was the promoter with the gun.
Yes, he'd be the... No, he's not only the promoter with the gun, he's the promoter who was on the run from the law with the gun.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that was a great show.
He's now in jail in Florida.
Yes.
That was too crazy.
Hey, listen, you got to take this home really quick, man, because the cops are coming. I got to pay you. Fact, you're not getting paid, I'm leaving.
Fantastic.
And he was so on the run, that guy, he wasn't listed as the promoter. His assistant was listed as the promoter.
Yeah.
And only his ring name when he was manager was listed.
And I'll never forget, remember? We did the video for that shoot.
Yeah.
I did the camera for that shoot.
Yeah.
And he wanted us to wear his promotions T-shirt. So he said, here, kid, I'm assuming it's mine, right? I put it on. I sweat the whole night in it, doing camera work, great camera work and everything else. We go back to his house. He wants to see a little, you know, he wants to see what some of the shoot looks like. He goes, where'd you get that shirt? I said, well, you gave it to me. He goes, pulls it off my body. He says, you didn't pay for that. That's $10 if you want it. I said...
This is after he said what a great job we did,
After
by the
we did a great job, exactly. I mean, it was really strange.
You know, I hate to admit it. Remember, he goes, I hate to admit it, but you guys did a great job. He rips the shirt off.
With the shirt, right? Standing there with no shirt.
Sounds like a Massachusetts promoter I know.
Yeah,
we won't mention.
We won't mention, no.
We won't mention him.
But what was the other book, Ed?
Yeah, what's the other book?
Well, we have Hogan's book coming out for anybody who's interested in that.
And
for anybody who's interested in that.
Piper's book.
Rowdy Piper's coming out with a book.
That should be interesting.
Which should
I ordered it, $10.
Maybe I'll order Hogan's book.
It was like 30-something bucks to get the autograph one in advance, you know.
Copy it, sure.
One good tip for people out there, and you'll find this on the Wrestling Talk website. One of my favorite websites is bestbookbuys.com. You'll find, like, it'll compare like 27 different online bookstores. You get the cheapest price.
Wow. Well, if I just had a computer, I'd go on the... Because I'm a bookaholic. Cool. Not just wrestling books. I'm a bookaholic.
You are?
As a director, I read all the time.
What kind of stuff do you read?
Fiction, nonfiction, let's see, Love Horror. I have all Stephen King, Dean Koontz, John Sanford, James Patterson. I've even read Danielle Steele. Right now, I was in the airport coming back from St. Louis, and I went to the big rally, the big thing of books. And I'm looking, and I got so depressed, and I started like getting upset because I read every single paperback that they had there. Even the romance ones. Like, I get bored. I pick on a 3-hour flight. I can read any novel.
Any writer aspirations? Maybe you'll write a book someday.
If I wrote a book, I'd have to get a gun and wall myself up for all the dirt that I could spill. I've got a vault in my head about yay big of stories and incidents. I know where the videotape is. I know where the pictures are.
Sounds like you got something there.
Oh, I'll make a fortune. I just won't be able to enjoy it. You know, I ain't able to go anywhere. And besides, there's some incrimination. I got to plead the fifth on a lot of stuff,
well,
too.
Maybe you'll have to write it as Wrestler Unknown.
There you go. That'll work.
No, because these stories people know, and
they'll know only they came from you. Only you could have known.
Only I could have wrote it.
Now, I want to ask you, at this point, what is your relationship with Paul Heyman, if any?
I haven't spoken to Paul Heyman since actually spoken to him since like I think March of 2000, once the company, or 2001 when the company was bankrupt, and he was like, "Boss, don't worry. I promise you." Here's a good Paulie.
Yeah.
I promise I'm gonna do everything I can. You're gonna be fine. We'll get you hired. You're gonna have a job. Everybody's gonna get taken care of. It'll be okay. I promise, and you'll be okay. That was about it, and I haven't heard from him since.
Oh.
I mean, I've talked to him. See, here's the thing, though. Me and Paulie never had a phone relationship. I'd talk to him, it'd be 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm busy. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. Well, I'll be here this way. Okay, cool, click. But then we'd be out and hanging out and drink a beer or whatever.
Right. That was around the time when we met you.
Yeah. I mean, I always, that's the thing. Like, that's why, like, me not talking to Paulie on the phone is not a big deal to me, because I never talked to Paulie on the phone. It was always like, you know, like Paulie, like, he'd call me at like the hotel. Pauls, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Okay, well, we're gonna blah 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 blah. And I'd be like, all right, click, and you know, me and Paulie go do something. We're not gonna get into any of that. None of it. And, this is an educational program, and this is some educational stuff, but not for kids. It isn't. But we never had that relationship. We had a very good personal one-on-one relationship, and we had a friend. See, here's the thing: I also had a friendship relationship and a business relationship. I don't hate Paulie. There never would have been a Balls Mahoney without Paulie. You know what I mean? And I never would have had the breaks I had if it wasn't for Paul. But I mean, there's a lot I can say as a businessman. He's a jerk. You know, he didn't know what he was. He just wasn't a good businessman. And and you know, people think that makes him a bad person. Well, he did everything he could to try to make that company work. You know, and it just got to the point he had no choice. You know.
Who was the vision behind ECW?
Paulie.
So he was the
Paulie.
Yeah.
That was his band. Well, you know, it was Eastern Championship Wrestling. Todd Gordon had it, and he had different people doing the book, Eddie Gilbert, and then Paulie came and got the book and ended up taking it over and buying it out. And
he changed it to Extreme.
Changed it to Extreme, and Shane Douglas was responsible for that. And then another guy got involved, Steve Carroll. Nobody likes him, and there's some legalities, I think, going on, so I can't say a lot of things that I know of.
There was another promotion, and I'm going to kill myself if I don't remember the name. It was an Extreme Joel Goodhart. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was TWA. Well, that was the whole beginning of everything. TWA became ECW. TWA was Joel Goodhart's Trans World Alliance, and that was Abdul the Butcher, Kevin Sullivan, all that.
That predated.
That predated ECW. Well, me and Chris used to set rings up for Joel. You know what I mean?
Now, he turned out to be, in my view, a sort of unsavory character. He disappeared.
Yeah, but Joel was a good kid to us. You know, I mean, we were kids when we first knew Joel. We were setting up rings at WCW, and Joel would be like, hey, come on, let's go drink. And he'd get us into the bar. You know?
Paul Fay and I, who started the show, the late Paul Fay, whose jacket that is there, we flew him up here. And we gave him all the names. We had a 500-person fan club at the time. He took the names. We never heard from him again. He was an opportunist.
Yeah, it sounds like Joel.
Very interesting.
But yeah, that was how it all started. It went from that to what Todd did, and then.
You live in New Jersey.
Yes.
You ever hear of a show, The Rich Mancuso? You know who that is? That name?
You got to do.
Rich Mancuso, WFAN.
Oh yeah.
3 in the. You know who that is? What's become of him?
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. I don't know. I don't listen to the radio too much anymore. I don't really watch TV at all. I read, I train, I eat.
I wonder, you know, there's a lot of people that we met doing the show, and they were very present, and now they're gone, you know.
Many personalities.
A lot of people.
Yeah. We got about 2 minutes left.
We do.
Less than
2 minutes.
We want to thank you very much, Balls, for coming on the show again.
Thank you for
and we're glad to have you right here.
No problem.
See, sometimes I feel like that when we interview people on location, they're not really on the show.
Right. Yeah.
But this is being on the show.
Right here.
Yeah. Well,
coming right into our studio.
I'll be on again if you'll. I'll be
awesome.
coming up here a lot now, you know.
We've heard a lot of greats in the studio.
Yeah, I do know that, yeah.
So many.
Yeah, Moolah.
So many.
Right?
So many. I can't remember one.
Yeah, I do know. You know, as you said, your director, you know, she's told me a lot. So, with all the names, she said Moolah's been here. And Harry,
Medusa.
Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
Bitter.
Captain Lou Albano. Bitter. Yes.
No, I said Bitter.
Oh, Bitter.
Yeah.
Bruno. Yes.
Bruno, the bitter man.
Do you know him very well, or?
Yeah, I told him off.
You told him off.
Yeah. I always have respect for vets, and I'm always the first one to go up, man. It's great to meet you. I'm at Milvasquez. You hear bad stuff. It's like, no, it's such an honor to be with you. And he was nothing but cold to me. And when I was, Bruno, he's, oh, you're one of them crazy kids. I go, you know what? You can go bleep, 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 and walked away. So
You know, it's unfortunate about Bruno. He just feels if it's not 1975, it's just not wrestling,
You
unfortunately.
kids weren't as good as me. You stunk. You threw a punch. Big deal. You know? I took a bump.
I can understand his attitude too. He was one of my favorites.
But he's overboard, Peter. We got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap
Okay.
this up, man.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us on the show. Hopefully, we're going to find Jim somewhere in limbo.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
And I'm Leonard Caplan along with Ed Woody with our special guest, Balls Mahoney, saying so long and stay in the ring.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy
This is the Vertebreaker. Click subscribe so you can find out what really happened back in the day with Primal Conflict.
Kept pulling my levers, you kept pulling my chains. Drop me nuts, keepers, I'm already insane. Enough with the bullshit, enough with the game. I changed for the better, you stayed the same. You kept playing those games of the game of revenge, and now you're regretting it. At the time, I think you were forgetting it. That game shit, I admit it. Now I'm really setting it off. Ball feet, motherfucker, watching your car like, let me clear my boat. You realize I ain't no joke. I was running to you back in the day like Bill Cosby. Hey, 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 no denying you've been crying to me. No denying you're fucking lying to me. Shit, there ain't no denying you're a fucking liar. You lie, why didn't you lie to me? Yeah, there ain't no denying you've been fucking lying. You lie, why didn't you lie to me? Why did you lie? Why did you lie? Gotta know why, gotta know why, gotta know why you lied to me. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Well, all this picking and all this choosing, these decisions not confusing. All I know is I'm not losing, not winning. I'm just beginning to find out all about you.
This is the mandate for Omega. Stay back, relax, listen on. Set up my career in professional wrestling, and remember to subscribe to Chop's videos on YouTube. Hit the bell notification so that you don't miss other interviews. Y guste o no te guste, esa es la que hay.
This is Kick-Ass Kyle Storm, New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. You like independent wrestling? You like women's wrestling? Hardcore? Shoot interviews? Check out Chop's videos. You'll love what you see.
What's up, guys? Teddy Goods here, and for all of you who are junkies of early 90s independent wrestling, especially from the New England area, I need to let you guys know about Chop's videos on YouTube. I am a subscriber, and I watch his videos frequently. Tons of NEWA stuff, Tony Rumble stuff, CWA, Primal Conflict, just all kinds of hidden gems. A few matches of myself early in my career, so check it out. Chop's videos on YouTube. Have a good one, guys.
And it turns out there is a path you can take around two moving black holes that haven't quite collided yet, where you can end up in the past of when you started that journey. It's backwards time travel, according to calculations from Einstein's general relativity, is enabled by the severely distorted fabric of space and time, such as what you would get with black holes that came in their own proximity.